T-minus 30 seconds. T-minus 20 seconds. Ten, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Good.
You ready for do more in the future? Trap Talk podcasts?
Yes.
Man.
Only Trap Talk. Exclusive.
Yes.
Exclusive. Oh.
So stop calling us.
Rub the spot, get the club to pop. When I come up with the crop, gotta love it or not. I'm hot from the hop to the rub the spot, get the club to pop. When I come up with the rub the spot, get the club to pop. When I come up with the rub the spot, get the club to pop. When I come up with the rub the spot, get the club to pop. When I come up with everybody, we do it. Everybody, we do it. Do it. Do it.
Blast off. Woo. You're now tapped into the coolest reptile podcast in the world. I'm your boy, MJ. Woo. I am so excited for tonight, man. This is your first time tapping in. What is good? Do your boy a favor. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that notification bell. That way you're on top of every single podcast I drop here on the Trap Talk with MJ podcast channel. And then drop a comment, man. Let me know how you guys are liking all these guests that I'm bringing to the table. Drop a comment. Let me know what your best, topic was, if you don't mind. It means a lot to me, man. But I want to say appreciate all the love and support out there. Thank you, all my trappers. I salute you. Shout out to all the early birds in the building. I see you guys right now. I'll get to you guys in just a second. I always forget to mention, if you listen, a lot of you guys listen to me on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, all the other platforms. If you happen to listen to me on those other platforms, please rate, review, and subscribe to those as well. Thank you. But you guys know how we get things started here for the freshest and bestest rodents delivered to your doorstep. Cold Blooded Cafe is the number one thing for that. Go to their website. Shout out to Steven, shout out to Desiree, number one company in the game. Shout out to John and Alex over at Sim Container, doing big things with their monitor programs, but also with their eggs. If you got eggs, put them inside of the Sim box. My man right here, Sock, uses Sim boxes. OG shit, I'm telling you right now. Shout out to Steven and Ashley over at Focus Cube Habitats. If you are into PVC built enclosures, this is your place to go. I'm telling you right now, they have awesome designs. Flex in Texas all day, every day. Go give them a follow on Instagram. Shout out to Jesse and the entire the entire Freedom Breeder crew. Number one stainless steel racks built out of the United States since the 90s. Shout out to Jesse, big dog shit. Speaking of big dog shit, my big homie Miguel at Always Evolving Pythons, one of the leaders in the ball pythons industry by far. Go check him out on Instagram. Check him out on YouTube. Very motivating. Everything he does is inspiring, man. And he's a day one homie at that. So thank you, Miguel Garcia. Shout out to the whole entire AEP family. And then this dog right here, man, part of the wolf pack, my boy Alan from Amazing Basins. If you are into basins or arboreal snakes, you need to go tap into my boy Alan on Instagram. He has an amazing passion for these basins. He has some, I don't want to get ahead of myself, because, anything could happen, right? But he has some things favoring his way with these basins right now. So if I was you, I would be following this man's work. A lot of hard work this guy's been putting into these basins, and I have a good feeling about his year this year. So check him out on Instagram. Also, go be a part of his Patreon page if you want to actually become part of, possibly one of his customers someday. I mean, that's the way to tap in. Tell you that right now. Shout out to my boy Alan. Appreciate your support. Shout out to Blake Stewart over at Stewart Design. If you want to promote yourself to the fullest, if you want to market yourself to the most professional extent of everything that you could possibly do and what you're doing, you want to go to Blake Stewart, Stewart Design, SD Identity. Check him on Instagram. My dog right there. Shout out to Mark Bailey at Mark Bailey Reptiles, OG, triple OG, triple. I mean, if I could keep going, I would, but we have to keep this flowing. This guy right here, a staple in the ball python community. He's done many, many big things with other big breeders, has still a solid name, never has fucked anyone over. Oh, dang, sorry, Ari. Never has messed up anyone over, but it's my boy right here. Check him out, Mark Bailey Reptiles. All his production is on Morph Market. And then shout out to Rami over at the Reptile Super Show, enjoying his time in Hawaii, I'm sure, with this beautiful family. But that's my big dog right there, throwing one of the most amazing shows in the United States, #1 show on the West Coast. Make sure you visit a Reptile Super Show this year if you can. And then also, you got to make sure you go to an NARBC, which is the Super Bowl reptile shows, in my opinion. That's where you could go connect to all the big dogs all over the United States, even people tapping in from the UK, all over the world. I'm telling you right now, NARBC is where it's at. So I got to say, shout out to Bob Ashley, shout out to Brian Potter. Those three guys all together, leaders in the industry by far, because they bring all of us together. So shout out to you three. You guys are the big time, people I look up to in this, man. Thank you. And then shout out to Phil Goss over at US Art. Go make sure you go subscribe to their new YouTube channel. Shout out to Garrett Hartle for actually taking the lead on that and getting this going. I love how we all come together and help Phil promote US Art as much as we can. So no matter who you are out there, I hope you support US Art the way the rest of us does. Go down to the link below, read up on what you can, and support US Art. And then if you out there want to know what I got going on, what my passion projects are, and what I even have for sale sometimes. I don't always have stuff for sale, but shit, I just sold out of ball pythons. Woo! Gotta love it! But I'm ready for this year because I got a lot of stuff going on. I got boa babies that just dropped. I got super dwarf reticulated pythons. I will have a lot of stuff available that aren't ball pythons, believe it or not. What a year. Please go give me a follow on Instagram, mjexoticscartal with an A, not an E, and then go follow the podcast's Instagram page as well, Trap Talk with MJ Podcast. Shout out to my Twitch viewers going up. If you like to support this channel more than a like or a subscription or comment, or if you have an important question for my big dog Socrates tonight, and you got to ask him a question, best way to do that is to send a super chat, because if you go down to the bottom of the message and you click that dollar and send a super chat, I shoot that over to US Art so you get your question answered and you get to support US Art. Double whammy. Other than that, you can send any other donation to PayPal at Exotics Cartel with an A, not an E. Last but not least, my biggest motivation, the people who are making me grind to the fullest, is my Patreon family. Shout out to all my Patreon family. If you out there want to become a part of a sick-ass community, a trap family that is growing by the day, even my big dog Socrates is a part of this family. Dude, big names, middle names, new names, all sorts of names, a part of this family. If you want to become a part of something more than what you see on the podcast, if you want to get more behind the scenes and just tap in with some real ones, go down to the link below. Click on the Trap Talk Patreon link, become a Patreon member, support the channel if you like. And then as soon as you do, I send you a link to the Discord, and then you really tap into all of us, because that Discord has tons of channels. You can promote your whatever you do. There's different channels for different stuff, man. If you want to show off your productions, if you want to shout someone else out, which whatever. But I'm just saying, whatever you want to do, it goes down to the Discord, man. And I want to say shout out to all my trappers out there in the Discords, part of my Patreon members. Like I said, you guys are my huge motivation, and I love you guys. Yeah. Appreciate you guys so much. What's up, my early birds? I know there's a lot of people in the building right now. I mean, look, UK right off the bat. I don't even know what time it is in the UK, but my homie Central Bully's in the building. I salute you, sir. Thanks for tapping in. The homie Deviant Class, Trap Talk family member all day, every day. Thanks for tapping in. The homie Kurt's Creatures. Thanks for tapping in. Trap Talk family member all day. Heathen Hatchery. What is good? Trap Talk family member all day. Tradesman Exotics. New Trap Talk family member right there that just joined today. Appreciate the homie Big Mike 1776 Exotics. Could he be Socrates' customer of the year? I don't know. He's shooting for it. He's not messing around. He's looking for oak tree for this guy. You name it. Dude, I like you, Mike. I like how you're moving. The homie Mike, my bad. I called you Mike. My bad, Matt. The homie Big Matt, Evolution Exotics, who also has Socrates' production in his collection. That's what's up. The homie Marlin, by the way, Trap Talk Patreon family member, all three of these guys. And then the homie Marlin also has Socrates' production, another big-time homie, Trap Talk family member all day. The homie Mason Johnson. Mason, I got your label right here. I swear. It's coming out tomorrow. The homie Mason Johnson, Trap Talk family member all day. The homie Angel, Trap Talk family member all day. The homie Alex Oliver, Trap Talk family member all day. Hannah Banana, Flexing, Texas, Trap Talk family member all day. Jacob, Letter Better Fetter, Trap Talk familiar right there all day, every day. The homie Patrick Rose, Trap Talk family member. The homie Sean, Trap Talk family member. Damn. The homie Genomic Labs. Oh, you used to be a Trap Talk member. You always are one by heart. Don't even trip. The homie Big Tank Hank. Damn, it's a sick ass name. And you look like you're a scary dude. I like that art. That's sick. Julio Fulio, what's up, player? Trap Talk family member all day, every day. Eric's Morph Factory, what is good? The homie Brian Ledemir. I got to, dude, you have some crazy heat from Sock, and we're gonna address this, okay, Mr. Optimus Prime Ocean production that you showed off. I paid attention to that. Thank you for being here, Brian. Wise Guy, what is good? Thanks for tapping in. John Lee, what is good? Thanks for tapping in. Wes Carter, what is good? Thanks for tapping in. And we're gonna end this in style. Actually, hold on, we can't end it just yet. I'm sorry. Bruce Carpenter, what is good? Thanks for tapping in. We have Patrick Holmes, ladies and gentlemen. Patrick Holmes, thank you for tapping in, Patrick Holmes. John Wilcox. And we are going to end this in style with the homie, big bro, Bill Stiegel, the mayor of Conjure World out of Texas. What is up, Bill? How you doing? How you doing? Thank you for being here, man. Damn, we already have a shout out to Ricky Bobby. If you ain't first, you're last. Ricky is first on the super chats, and he's a winner. Damn, shout out to Straight Fire. Okay, all these legends in the comments. I love you guys. Thank you for being here. All right. We're going to get this show on the road because I am very excited to have this. I was not expecting to have my man back on so soon. I did have something planned later on in the year, but he reached out to me. Believe it or not, my boy Sock reached out to me. He said, yo, what's good? And I said, I don't know. Let me just drop this person and put you there. And that's exactly what I did. So he's tapping in right now. And we have a special treat because we have his protege, his right-hand team player in the Reptile game, and that's Snake Master Exotics. So here we have Socrates and Ari from Ari-Elli-Max Arboreals and Snake Master Exotics. Whoa, this is too
Good evening, everybody.
What's up, dude? What are you guys doing?
We are here in the snake room.
How do you like your new snake room?
I love it.
It's unbelievable.
Real quick.
Yeah, say whatever you want. Go ahead.
I'm sending you this egg for Lucky Easter.
Oh, please. I need luck, Ari. I need luck. I need all the luck in the world. I feel like you give your dad really good luck. I really do. That's why your dad's successful.
I need to give you good luck now.
Yes, thank you.
For
Dude.
Lucky
Ari,
golden egg.
Ari, I don't think you know this, Ari, and I don't know if your dad wants you to know this, but guess what? You passed me up on followers on Instagram. You have more followers than me. Did you know that?
Okay.
That's it. You did it.
Yay!
I'm so proud of you. Now send me the egg. I want luck. I want. I can't wait to see you again, dude. I'll be over there soon. Okay, like in a couple more months or a few more months.
Okay.
And we'll hang out.
Understand later.
See you
Say
later.
everybody good night.
Good
Love you.
night.
Thank you for supporting
Good night.
us.
Hey, Ari, what do you have to?
Supporting it.
Ari, what do you have to say to everybody out there who supports you? What do you have to say to everyone who supports you out there?
Thank you for supporting me.
Yes.
Alright.
Oh, Snake Master, ladies and gentlemen. Dude, I love you, Ari. You're amazing. What a sweetheart. All right, see you later, sweetheart.
See you later.
Can you see me? Is my head cut off, or I don't know?
Yeah, put your camera up just a little bit. Can you adjust it just a little bit?
I feel like I just need to hold it. But
No. Oh yeah, that's good. Oh no, right there. No, go down. Right there. Let's see. You can also go back too.
huh? There you go.
Oh, there you go. Get the chair out of the way now. Now the chair just annoys me. Sorry. Yeah, Socrates in the building, bro. How you doing tonight, man?
I'm good. Feeling amazing. Blessed to be here, and looking forward to an amazing podcast. Hopefully, we can answer some questions that some people have on, that they're gonna drop for you. Anything about breeding, handling, about life. I'm here to inspire people.
Yes.
So that's my main mission. I've just been on this journey for this last year since we got COVID. I've just been on this enlightening journey,
Right.
and I just want to help people. And you are one of them. You talk to me, almost every day, and I try to, I just want to help where you're going to help somebody else and you're just going to pass it on. And, you know, there's no shortage of success. Everybody can be successful. You know, there's no shortage of success, if you understand what I'm saying. So,
Right.
you know, I could be successful. Everybody in this world can be successful. It's just about what's in here. But definitely what drove me to want more, I believe, was when my whole family got COVID. I just woke up, you know. So
you were sick for like 2 weeks. You know, I mean, you were. I mean, probably longer, but you were floored. Like you were like you were most sick I've ever had.
I was down. My wife got it pretty bad. We're pretty healthy. I took some medication from the get-go. But the thing is, I'm a very strong-minded individual. I'm always moving. And it was the one time where I felt that I didn't have control. Like, I was like, what am I doing? How am I going to take care of the snakes, the kids, the gym, the home? I was just, like I said, I was a very strong-minded individual. And when I got it, I felt depressed, and I felt like the whole world was crashing down and there was nothing I can do. And when I finally got out of it, I just woke up. Like, I woke up to life. So I've been on this. Yeah.
So real quick, time out. Just because there's a lot of popping when you talk for whatever, just take care of this right now. Exit out and come right back in, and it's gonna reset it. That way it doesn't.
It's not the jungle music. Should I shut that off?
It's not. I don't think it's the jungle music. It should be fine. But if you might want to shut it off though too, I would turn it off for the podcast if you don't mind.
Okay. All
right. Thank you. Fucking jungle music. Hey, just so you know, yeah, Socrates does a lot of things that I'm like, I look up to the guy, right? So the jungle music, I almost thought I couldn't handle it at first. You know, as much as I love hearing it at his place, I play it here, and I was just like, But after a while, it is soothing. I do like it. All right. Anyways, just thought I could put my 2 cents. Socrates.
Were we good?
Yeah, solid. Look at that smile. God, you have like probably one of the best smiles I've ever seen.
I don't think so. You know, my wife says that all the time, and I don't think so. But I'm starting to believe it.
Russians don't lie. You know your wife is not caring about like if she hurts your feelings or not. She's gonna tell you what it is.
You know who's got a sexy smile is Tarzan.
Oh, yeah. Is he here?
I'm just saying that smile.
Yeah. Dude, so check this out. We were talking about COVID, right? You know, you and your wife, your wife recovering. And then also, you've also, other than you and your wife getting sick, you've also had to go through some stuff with Maximus being sick. Life has thrown some curveballs at you while you're building what you're building behind you. So you've easily could have gotten in your head and messed things up if you wanted to, right? I mean, you're able to hold things together. And I just want to know how you're able to kind of not, break down, like how you hold it down,
Yeah, the number one is just purpose. When I wake up with a purpose. There's no, like I told you, I'm up at 4:10 in the morning every morning except Sunday. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, I wake up at 4:10 in the morning, and I wake up with purpose for my family, for Ari, for Maximus, for my wife. That's my purpose. I want to make sure that they're set, that they're okay, that my kids do better than me when they grow up, that they have the successful tools to be whatever they want to be, to just go out there and just do better than I did. So I want to give them the tools, and I want to provide for them everything that they need. So my purpose, when I open up my eyes, I wake up with a purpose. So I attack the day every day for them. So no matter what gets thrown at me, my driving factor is my family, 100%. You know me, and that's why Ari's here. They're involved. Right? You won't see me by myself. You'll never see me by myself. Right. I love them, and we are one.
But to also complement your attacking mindset, how you just wake up and you attack the day. I mean, you taught that a lot to still have that in my mind. Before COVID, so I mean, was COVID something just to make you want to go harder? Like, did COVID turn something on?
No, I've always been motivated, and I've always taken massive action to anything that I've ever done. But okay, hold on, my daughter is talking. Wait until I'm back. Okay. Where was I at? Oh yeah, I've always taken massive action. It just when COVID happened, something woke me up, and I I just started reading more. I started writing more, just finding out who I am. By the way, do you want to say hi to Maximus real quick? Because you wanted to say hi.
Yeah, let's bring Maximus.
No?
I say hi to Maximus.
Come here, say hi to MJ real quick.
Maximus.
I'm back on the show again.
Come here.
Let's see,
Now
Maximus.
you're shy.
I'm awesome. Maggie's shy.
Come here, let me get him. Hold on.
They're a little like they are a lot like each
Okay,
other.
now I'm only on the show.
Ari's definitely a show stealer. She'll come and just take over.
Don't show my eyeball. Do not show my eyeball.
Maximus! Look at
MJ.
that. Hi, Maximus.
You can have that. He's shy. Before he was screaming. Okay.
Hi, Maximus.
Say good night, MJ.
Good night, buddy.
Say good night, MJ.
Good night,
You
MJ.
want me to kiss?
Buddy. Love you, buddy. See you next time. I can't get enough of your kids. Ari. Okay, bye.
All right.
What a girl. I love your kids, man. Anyway, so yeah, I mean, determination's everything, and I feel like even determination's always been a part of your game plan. Something could happen to your life where it amplifies it. And I noticed that of you. You going to the beach every fucking morning, almost from what I can see. And the affirmations. If we could just talk about what affirmations has done for my life. And like, how long has it been? Like 2 months? Not even. Like, when did you talk to me about affirmations? About 2 months ago, right?
I think so. Yeah, we were just doing a regular. We were just talking about some regular stuff, and I don't know how we got into it, but yeah, I was telling you.
Well, you went down your list. You just broke down you're like, do you have a minute? I'm like, yeah. And you just fucking went down your list, and it like gave me goosebumps, like everything you were saying. So I was like, okay, I need to look into this. If what he's saying just gets me like motivated, then that's probably what I need to hear. And I started doing that every morning, bro. Like, I love it. Even when I travel, I don't care where I'm at. I'm doing them. I don't care. I do them.
Yeah, that's why when I wake up at 4:10 in the morning, that first hour is for me, because I do my affirmations, I meditate, I take cold showers, I read, I write, I get all that out the way before the day even starts. And that just puts me in a good place, and I'm way ahead of, people. You can wake up early, but what do you do with your morning? You can wake up at 4 in the morning, but if you're just sitting around or drinking coffee and not doing anything, it's not productive. So, go ahead.
Yeah, so I don't mean to cut you off. I'm sorry, Sock. But like, with that being said, I'm sure people are wondering out there, what is a typical day or what is a day-to-day for Socrates? Because, you don't have a massive collection, but you are precise and you are like very, persistent with your stuff. So what is the day-to-day like? And then what are your days if you were to clean everything, or what are your days when you feed? Like, how are you scheduling that out?
Yeah. So, you clean every day pretty much. It's like I said, it's not everything's mostly in cages except for the babies, so it's a lot of glass to clean, and I clean the glass. I clean the glass every week. So there's a day where before in my old house, I used to do a massive clean day, which was on Wednesdays, and it'd take me about 6 hours. So that's fresh water for everybody. So I'm washing all the water bowls. I'm cleaning every single glass. So every single glass comes off, and I spray and I wipe. That takes a long time. That was every Wednesday. Obviously the bedding and all that stuff. But anyway, so it takes about 6 hours. Now I break it down to where one day I'll clean the glass, another day I'll do the waters, and I do water changes twice a week now. So on Sundays and Wednesdays, I'll give them different water. I give them fresh water.
Okay.
Yeah. And then also feeding. So I usually feed on Sundays. And once in a blue moon is when it lands the whole collection. So my females I feed once every 3 weeks. My males I feed once every 4 weeks, and every couple months they all land together. So this past weekend, we went down to Miami for my wife's birthday. And I was supposed to feed on Sunday, but we were in South Beach at the time, so I fed on Monday. But everybody got fed on Monday because it was just that time of the where everybody was on the same day. And that feeding for me takes the whole day. I mean, it's a couple hours because I have to go in the freezer. I weigh every single meal and I set everything up so I know who gets what. And then I wait a couple hours.
Also, the time of year depends on how your feeding goes too. If you have things you have to assist feed or fucking like, babies aren't always.
No, so babies on a whole nother day. I don't feed babies.
Oh, okay. Different day then.
Yeah, different days. Yeah.
Okay.
Everybody's good though now. But if I would get a new clutch and if somebody's having a problem, but all the clutches have been fairly good. So I can't complain. Like this last clutch, I mean, I got them all to eat within like 15 minutes.
How many clutches so far this year have you had?
Just this year, just one.
Okay.
Which was 2022 is just one, which was the high yellows.
Right, and
so
then the year before.
So she laid the night that we moved into the new home.
Okay. Oh wow, yeah, and you were kind of concerned about that, right?
Yeah, I wanted her to be here to lay. I didn't want to drive and move the eggs. I felt that would have destroyed the eggs. So it happened perfectly.
Okay, dang, wow. And at last year, I mean, I remember there was some clutches that definitely threw you in the loop. Like I mean, overall, how many clutches did you end up having last year?
5.
Wow, awesome. 5. And everything. I mean, as far as all from everything that hatched, how many do you know off the top of your head? How many didn't make it last year out of everything that you established?
How many didn't make it? I think I lost 20% out of each clutch, to tell you the truth.
20%.
And that's from just the moms. Fluttershy, she was laying outside of her coils. So a couple eggs went bad there. Ocean, she was in the egg box. I wake up at the time, this was last year, I think I woke up at like 4 something, and I walk into the snake room and there's 3 or 4 eggs on the floor. So she came out of her nest box, went on the perch, and dropped a couple eggs. So I snatched her and put her in the egg box, and she laid the rest of the eggs. So some eggs went bad there. There was April O'Neil, who I had to cut the oviduct from. So there was 4 eggs stuck in the oviduct there. Usually when they're in the incubator, I get pretty good success rate, but there's always a few that, this last time I had 20 eggs in the incubator, and usually I drop a half a degree within like the last couple of days, and I didn't do that. And I think from the overheat, I had a few that just died in the egg, but it happens.
I mean, and one thing I want to talk about with you is what your process or protocol is when you approach a clutch. You see eggs that are kicked out, or for instance, that some that have been dropped, and then she's coiled around other eggs. You don't like to keep those eggs with those eggs, right? Like you like to keep those in a separate box, typically, or how do you approach it?
No. So I'll put them in the same box. I'll put them in the same sim. But if I see like an egg crashing, I have. Like if I turn the camera on, I have 5 sim boxes and incubators. So I'll put that egg in a totally different sim container. That way, if something does happen, I have to go back in there. I'm not opening up the box. I usually, if I put the eggs in, I try not to touch them for at least 25, 30 days. For me to open and maybe wipe the lid or something. But if it's good in there, you don't have to open up that lid for like day 35 or something like that. Once they start building that heat.
Yeah, it's funny you say that because a lot of people don't know. I mean, even myself, like I'm understanding how important it is to just leave those eggs the fuck alone for the first 30 days or so, and then that's when you go in, like you said, open up the lid and be on top of that. And I feel like a lot of people, like myself, like when it's my 3rd time around, and I'm now understanding, what the final 10 days are all about, and if you could kind of tell us what other people do this method, but, I heard it from you, and implemented it, but the tapes on the side of the sim container, which you use sim boxes, right? If you can let everybody
all sims. Yeah.
All sims. But what do you have, how do you prep that sim box before you put it in the,
So with my sim box, I do 6 holes total. So 3 on one side, 3 on the back side. I tape them up, and for substrate, I use the beads, the gel beads. They're called.
Gel.
Yeah.
Jelly-
So
jelly-
1 tablespoon to 8 ounces of water is what I use. It's what was recommended, and it's pretty much perfect, you know. And usually on day 40, I'll open up a hole just to start building air, and I'll start dropping 0.01 degrees every 2 days. So by day 50, my thermostat's reading 86.5. It's been a long day, so I might be 96 in some stuff, but don't worry.
My God, this guy. Back, and listen, can I please just give my hats off to you? I mean, I know, we do try to talk as much as we can, but I do know in the first year or so in our relationship, we talked a lot. And you were so nice enough to just always answer my calls, and we would have conversations. And I think my last clutch, right, which was Mimi, which was 2 years ago. Yeah. And I was like, bro, what temperature? And you're breaking everything down to me, and you're like, set it to 96.5. And I was like, what? 96.5? You're like, yeah. And you kept confirming yes. And I'm like, bro, look what you're fucking telling me. I was like, you want me to set this thermostat to 96.5? You're like, wait, no, I'm reading COVID temperatures. I'm like,
because we got the COVID guns, and we're temp gunning people the whole time, and it's just numbers are just all messed up in the head. We got it right though.
You got it right. I mean, we didn't get it right. R.I.P. Chapo 2.0. I feel better this year though. We'll see what happens. But it goes back to you could get away with fucking with your eggs. I feel like with a ball python clutch, if you want to just be freaking out. But with a chondro clutch, man, you just gotta let it do its thing, and then know when to open and look at it. Know when to take those, air it out and do those things for it. It's just a lot more you gotta just be more dialed in with that shit.
I know a lot of people like to separate their eggs, but I feel like the best thing is I let that female lay. I let those eggs harden. I give her a few hours. Then once I take her off, I'll just lift the whole bundle and just put it in some container and close it and just leave it alone. And for me, that's the best. If an egg goes bad, it's meant to go bad. I'll figure it out. Hopefully it's not at the bottom. Even if it's at the bottom, I remember when I had my green tree maternally incubate her eggs, I think there was one that was bad. It was all the way in the bottom. It did not affect not one egg, And it's just the way I just believe that it's the way she laid them. You're not messing with them. You don't have to candle them. You don't have to mark them. They're where they're supposed to be.
Now, I mean, what's your rule of thumb as far as something you like to do when it comes to you walking in a room, you see that she's laying or she just got
by
done.
the way, I want to shout out to Garden Eden. They made this tank just for me. So.
This guy loves tanks. If you're gonna make him a shirt, it has to be a tank. He's not gonna wear
it. I don't wear regular t-shirts.
Yeah, I'm never sending you one of my classic pocket tees ever again. Thank you.
Ari wears them all the time though.
So to go back to what you were saying though, I'm curious how many times in that situation where you have to pull an egg that's going south, right? If you have to pull that egg and put it in a separate sim container, how many times has that egg actually gone the distance? I mean, have you actually had snakes make it out of that egg, or for the most part, is it a done?
I actually had from the ocean clutch. She dropped the eggs on the floor, and I actually put those eggs because she dropped them from the floor. I put them in a separate sim container from the get-go because she dropped them, and 2 of them hatched out. Is it 2? I don't remember. It was either 2 or 1. Maybe it was 1. But they fell from the perch and they still hatched out. And actually, from this high yellow clutch, there was one that didn't pip. So I cut it open and I thought it was dead, but it wasn't. So I put it in a different sim in that one.
So after you cut it, you put it in a different sim and let it do its thing, and it came out later?
Yeah, because it was 2 days after, or 3 days after everyone else came out. But that was later on. Obviously, we don't have to count that.
Yeah, but I mean, what would you say? What day that was? It came out, the one that came out later, because I know you're pretty precise. It's either day 52 or so. But I mean, what day was it when that one came out?
Yeah, they picked on day 51, and I believe this one came out on like day 55. It was very, very strange.
Okay, and you resort to pipping when? Like when is something that you, or no, I'm sorry, resort to cutting. When do you like to resort to actually cutting, opening the egg?
I wait 24 hours after the first pip.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
I think, and the best, I know, like, especially good advice for new people that are just having eggs. Even if you're on day 53 and you're expecting eggs on day 50, don't cut. You just gotta wait for that first one, because they're probably not ready. You know, we get anxious and we think that it's day 50, but I've had some hatch on day 49. I've had some hatch at 50. I had some hatch at day 55. So it's better to just wait for that first one and then wait, and you can cut the rest if you want, or wait 24 hours, whatever your program.
And if you're a hardhead fucking ball python breeder like myself, do not cut the egg too much. If you cut, it doesn't need a big slit, right? Like you cut a tiny slit, right? For the record.
Yeah, just very, very small. Yeah.
A lot of lessons learned. I'm telling you, when you just,
we got to fuck it up a few times.
Yeah, for real. Now, speaking of fuck ups, I mean, I feel like you've come such a long, I mean, I don't know, Sock. You back when I first talked to you and you kind of told me what your plans were, especially after visiting your spot, and you told me about your new house being built. Which congratulations, because like I said, you're in your brand new room, which is all fucking the way it is.
Shout out to the Conjo kid.
Yeah, shout out to Joey, man. Joey definitely came through and helped you with that, man.
Oh, and Jason, by the way, my barber, my good friend, Mad Max. Yeah, just telling you, my hair. If you've seen, I made a post today. I had a full set of hair. It's been crazy, and I was finishing up the workshop, and I'm like Jay. He's like, I'm here. I'm waiting for you. Come over here. I had to look fresh for you, So I've been with my barber, I've known him for 16 years. I've been going to him since I moved down to South Florida. So, I'm loyal.
He deserves a shout out. That's what's up. I love that. But, based off, I don't know, like a lot of trial and errors, I feel like it's every year you keep learning something new, I feel like, right? I mean, based on everything you work with. I mean, chondros, I feel, is something, is a niche for you, definitely, the way you have it down. But before we kind of like get all involved in the chondros, I want to kind of update people with what's going on with your basin projects and whatnot, and what went down last year with the basins, and if we can kind of update people with that.
Yeah, so I had a few girls that ovulated for me last year. I thought it was going to be a good year, but I ended up losing three females. One dropped, I want to say, I forget. She dropped like a month early. She dropped slugs a month early. She got back on food, and then one day she just dropped and died. So I don't know if there was anything else left in there. I ultrasounded her. I didn't see anything in there. I'm not sure. And then my other one, my Steve Volk's girl, I thought she was drinking water every night. She had a great ovulation, but when it came down, she was about 30 days past due. We induced her. She dropped like 1 or 2 slugs. Nothing was coming out. She still had like 6 or 7 in there. We induced her again. She dropped another 2. Was still holding down. I was trying to get her to eat. She wouldn't eat at all. So, yeah, basins are a little different. So shout out to Alan, my boy, for he's killing it, man. He's got that touch. He's figured it out. So, but it's all a process, and that's one thing that I'm never going to give up. So
that's one thing I wanted to capitalize how you're that's not enough for you to throw the towel in. Like you're going to figure it out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's coming soon. I think next month we should see.
Now, before we get off the topic, as far as the female, and again, I'm sorry for you losing these females. Regardless, it's not easy.
Listen, it's part of the game. You know what? People like when I get a bad clutch, or let's say somebody, like White Diamonds, real quick. So
Right.
I thought that I was getting white diamond eggs. Like I thought, she gave me, I had 6 or 7 white ones, but there was no veins in there. And that was my mistake because I was breeding Optimus Prime like for a year straight. And again, something that I learned not to do. Make sure you give your males. I mean, he was a stud. He knocked a lot of females up. But the last one was white diamond. She ended up ovulating, great ovulation. I had a couple of good white eggs, but there was no vein development. So I think he was just burnt out from it. He was not in his cage for a whole year, right? So it's something that you learn, but it's people. You don't have to be sorry. Things happen. It's the only way to learn. You learn and you grow and you evolve and you change certain things. So I'm sad that my females passed away. But if you want to push it to the next level and you want to change the game, there's going to be road bumps, and you just got to make sure that you maneuver and you keep going. Because when you quit, that's when it's over. That's when you failed.
I mean, my stance on this is I'm capable of losing any hatchling at this point. I know it's a part of the game. One thing I am very connected with is my females who are actually basically especially like the chondros and the emeralds, which I haven't even bred emeralds. So they're like pets. They're like pets to me right now.
They're all my pets.
And I love them. Yeah. And I love them. So my thing is, and this is why I'm not in a rush to breed all the females I have, because you don't know what's going to happen. But my thing is, if I do breed them, I don't want to say I don't care about the clutch. I just care that this female is going to make it. I want the female just to recover, and then that's it. And I won't feel like
it's a lot harder for live bearers. It's a lot harder for them to recover, or even because they're holding for the basins. They're holding for 6 months.
Right. Now, I mean, people don't really understand like the connections you have with. You have a really good vet that helps you out if you need it, right? Like if something happens. That's your vet.
Erica, Erica.
Shout out to your vet, Erica. She is sick as fuck. That's Erica.
And Alex, they're amazing, great friends of mine.
Awesome.
Always here when I need them. If somebody else, great people. Yeah.
And it's just very good to have that, if you can. And I feel like that's one thing that I feel like, you're really good at building good relationships in your life, Sock, based off what I can tell. But that's a really good connection to have, to have someone on standby who she's even helped you with RIP Jax, Jax at one point, she's a family pet doctor, which is awesome. Like, I wish I had,
Yeah. They were coming. Alex was coming to my house every week to treat Jax, our German Shepherd. Yeah. He had the worst autoimmune disease. And unfortunately we had to, put him down. We've tried everything for almost 4 years.
But, I'm just I didn't bite my hand off, just so you know. He almost got me, just so you know. Anyways, but okay, going back to I just, one thing I feel like you're so dialed in with, real quick, hold on, I don't want to get off topic real quick because I want to go back to the females that you were talking to. So the Basin, real quick, before we go to where I was going, I'm sorry, back to the Basin females that you lost. How old were these females when you purchased them? Like when you acquired these females, were they proven breeders? Have they ever bred before? Like, what was the situation with these girls that passed away on you?
So the one that passed away, I actually had her as a baby, pretty much. I think she was under a year old.
Wow.
And then the Steve Volk's girl, I believe she was 5 when I got her. She was in 2012. Yeah, she was 2012. I picked her up in 2017, both of the females, but the one was in 2014. So one was 5, one was 3. And they just passed last year. So.
Okay. And you never had any issues breeding the males, and you haven't lost any males or anything, right?
Nope, never had any. The one thing is with those 2 females, as soon as they got pregnant, they came down with an RI.
Have you ever had a male come down with an RI before?
No, honestly, none of my snakes get sick. It's been such a long time since the only time I had six snakes was in the beginning when I started acquiring green trees, and if I was trying to get some imports or from just people that suck in the industry, you know, and they give you 6 snakes and you have to take care of those 6 snakes, you know. But once I get them fixed, there's really never a problem. None of my snakes ever get sick. It's very rare.
So when was the last time you've ever had a chondro get an RI?
I don't even remember. Probably like 5 years ago. The last time I bought an import or something.
Now, I mean, can we
they all get nice. Every single one of them goes to a 77 degree.
I already know we're gonna get into it. So I want to get into your protocol, because I love talking about Nido testing, because I don't want to say I'm a snob about it, but I do my due diligence if I need to now. You know I do. I don't fuck around because of you. And you have a really good practice with this. And I want people to know why you are so passionate about Nido testing, because not a lot of people understand your experience with Nido or whatnot. So if you could kind of like tell us, you know, what this was, or you know, what was it?
I had no idea about Nido. Like most people didn't have any idea about Nido. When I got back into the game, and I was you know, I was pretty lucky because I was getting green trees. I didn't know anything about Nido, and then I was like, oh, let me get a ball python, you know. Right. And we had gotten Ari's ball python a long time ago, but then I was like, oh, let me see if I can get like an adult or something. So I got two ball pythons, and they were in quarantine in my garage, and one of them was just, you can see, you know, white stuff out the mouth. I was like, man, this is not right. And shout out to my mentor James Optel. I was talking to him, and he was telling me about Nido, and I thought that you'd have to go to the vet, and you know, it's like $300. Like, no, fish had diagnostics. So you know, I was like, oh wow, okay. So I got a test. They both had Nido, and I was like, man, wake up call, you know.
Right.
And I started researching, and it's found in the green trees and all that stuff. So then I started testing my whole collection from there. Now I use fish heads, and I use rail. Chad's amazing at Research Associates, Research Laboratories. So yeah, from there I just started testing everything, and I believe I had one or two green trees that did have it in my collection. And from there, I just, whenever I get a new snake, I test it. And it was crazy because out of X amount of snakes, I had one or two that had it, but then I was getting more. And as I was getting more, there were so many more that were popping up. So then I switched my protocol to where I would send you a test kit. You would test it. If it came back negative, then I would, you know, pay for it. I receive it, with the exception that I'm testing it. As soon as it comes in, I'm testing it. And if it comes out positive, then I send it back, you know.
So you're saying people were sending you positive Nido test snakes before you were asking them to test it. They were sending you positive Nido test snakes.
Yeah, I've gotten snakes that I've bought. I've never said it's, you know, if I don't ask you, hey, can you test the snake? That's my fault. It's not your fault. If the snake has Nido, it's not your fault because you probably don't test. Right. So you wouldn't know. You don't know. So why am I going to blame you? But if I'm asking you, then it's awareness. So then, right. You know.
So I mean, just to be clear out there, I mean, anyone who's inquiring, would you say any chondro should get it tested, even a neo, or what do you?
If you buy chondro from me, I'm testing it. So Joey, you know, that helped me build the room, chondro kid. So he never kept chondros, and once he met, we became very close friends. He's part of the family, and it doesn't matter because he knows me, right?
Right.
So if he gets a snake from me, I test it, and he lives 15 minutes from me. He'll take it to his house, and then he's gonna test it. Why? Because that's the way I taught him. And you never change your protocols, because the one time you change your protocol is when you're going to get fucked. So that's right. Why my protocol is I test all my snakes once a year. I haven't gotten any new snakes except for the Bollins. I'm I'm not trying to get any more snakes. But if I get more snakes, I'm testing them beforehand, and then I test them when they get here, and I test them again and again and again and again. So I test before I pair, I test after I pair. You know, that's a great thing about rail. It's I test it, I send it, next day I get my results.
What about the emeralds?
Yeah, they're all tested. When I test my whole collection, everybody gets tested.
How often?
The Boegas, my whole collection once a year. So I just did my whole collection. I was supposed to do it a couple months ago because we were supposed to move in this house like a year ago, and I kept putting it off. But once we moved in and everybody was stressed out, I test everybody. So,
I mean, at the end of the day, man, it's just I
and
feel
that's
like
why I can walk around and I can hold my. I don't need gloves. I don't have to have gloves. I know my room because it's 5 years of me testing over and over and over and over again, and nothing's coming up. So I know I can go in here and I can go in here. I just feel comfortable, you know.
I love not using gloves. I mean, I do wash my hands. I mean, I can't say everything's tested in the trap. That's a lie because it's not. Everything's tested in this room. But I mean,
it's just what works for me. I'm not saying you have to do it. You know, it's just my protocol. It's what I started from the beginning. I'm protecting my investment because it's a lot of money here. You know.
All right. If it comes to like, okay, but all I gotta say is, I mean, someone should get a little bit more creative or like, you know, stick to a cooler style of gloves. There's some funky gloves out there, man. That's all I gotta say.
I don't need gloves.
Me neither.
I'm married. I don't need gloves.
Okay, so, but yeah, like, you know, because I'm sure people don't understand too that, you know, I don't know. Nido has from what you've experienced, you've never had Nido in any emerald before, right?
No, and I've tested on my emeralds. I've tested my Bollins, but I know somebody who has a Bollins who got Nido.
Right.
So, and let me tell you something. That's how you find out with other species is you got to test other species. You know, that's the only way we're gonna find out if this species can get Nido. You know. Yeah. So that's why I test the Boegas, I test the Bollins, I test the emeralds, I test the green trees, everybody.
So, I mean, for as far as this year with the emeralds, I mean, do you have any breeding plans at all, or what is the current status right now with the Basin project?
So, Kintara is due the beginning of June, so she's due to drop.
Wow.
Joey says she looks good. I think she looks good.
What Alan? Did you show Alan?
What's that?
You show Alan or Ed?
Did I show Alan or Ed? Alan knows Kintara.
Yeah, I'm just saying, like, did you like ask him for advice or show him what's going on with the female?
No, you know, when I talk to Ed, we just shoot the shit. You know? And same with Alan too, you know.
Right.
We talk a little bit about snakes, but it's just like you, we just bullshit. Not so much about information. It's just about, you know, seeing that family's good, just do a couple stories back and forth.
Right. Now, I mean, so
listen, whatever they say, it's nothing that they can do. It's all up to her.
Yeah, that's the truth.
Yeah.
I mean, that's exactly what it comes down to, and then whatever's happened is going to happen. You know, but you do have a few raise up basins, right? That also came from Ed. I think what was it, this Christmas line or what? Like, can we kind of talk about those up and comers real quick?
Yeah. So I have from the Snowflake line, Christmas, which is my favorite basin of all times. My favorite basin. Maybe one day. That's what I want to produce is Christmas. It's literally like a postcard of just I see New York City and it's just snowing in New York City. It's a beautiful snake. So I have 2 females from that clutch that Ed let go, and then I have another male that's unrelated. His name is Venom. So the 2 females is Nadia and Snow White, and then he's Venom. So hopefully in about, I think 2 more years, I'll show him to you in a little bit if you want.
Cool. Yeah.
I fed everybody on Monday, but they should be okay.
There's a lot of people who are like either emerald person or chondro person. I mean, you seems like you love them both, but if you were to kind of break down what's more simple to keep, What would you say what's the more easier route?
I keep them the same way.
That's what I figured.
Yeah, exactly the same way. 77 at night and like 84 under the heat panel.
Right.
83, 84, whatever.
And with that being said, I mean, you have a natural drop that you do every year in your room, right? I mean, there's times where you will let that room get down into the 60s, if I'm right.
So in my other home, correct. When it was wintertime, I'd even open the window and you get down into mid 60s. Obviously, their hotspot is still 77 under the heat panel, but if they go on the floor, it's probably going to be 70 or even just regardless. My room at nighttime in my other house would drop down to 71, 72. So even though they have their hotspot of 77, they're moving around. They might be on the other side of the cage where it's 74 or 73 or 72, So right now we're waiting for the permits for my mini split. So right now my room only gets down to about 75 at night.
Damn.
Yeah,
Okay.
so not that cold, but it's working for right now until my permit comes in and we attach the mini split and I can drop the temp down here at night.
And if we could, since we're on the topic of temperatures and all that, I mean, with your new room and all that, what is going on with the ambient? How are you running everything currently in your new room?
Yeah, I just got the door open to the house, so the AC from the house is really pretty much cooling the room. During the day, it's about 80 degrees in here, 79 to 80 ambient, and nighttime it drops down to 75. I would like it to be around 78 ambient during the day. 78 is fine, and around 70 at night. I want that cold because I want to get them uncomfortable. I want to get them moving at night. They need that. So even my babies, my hatchlings, when they come out, they go into the tubs. It's 78 in the back.
Right.
I'm not giving them any special treatment. If you look at the weather over in Indonesia, it's not 90 degrees. But again, everybody keeps their snakes whichever way. This is just the way I do it. So right. I'm not saying this is how you should do it. You should do it the way you feel works best for you. This is just the way I keep my snakes,
I feel like if you live in a certain demographic like we do, like you could get away with just natural ambient. You'll be fine, because it fluctuates to a point where it's not going to kill the snake, and I feel like these snakes come from a place where weather is fluctuating. Like it's not consistent throughout the whole time at all. I know I guarantee they have days that are in the 90s, probably like midnight. Yeah. They get hot ass days. I guarantee it, but it's just not something they're just used to like 24/7. And, I had this conversation with a few people already, even Greg Maxwell, shout out to Greg Maxwell. But like, people think that their incubator, which you should have a liable incubator, right? But if you have a tiny bit of fluctuation, it doesn't always mean your clutch is going to go bad. Like I feel like if those eggs are going to be meant to be hatched, they're going to hatch. Because I've had people tell me plenty of times who've had failure of their incubator for like a couple days, and they thought, oh fuck, these eggs aren't going to make it, and then sure enough they still hatch. So I don't know. Strong egg's a strong egg. You just never know.
You'd be surprised. 100%. Yeah, good veins.
Right. I mean, so with that being said, I mean,
I would like. For me, it would be something cool with the thermostats where you can. So the way I set my Bollins is, I have the thermostat or the heat panel. It comes on 3 times a day. So I have it set at like 87 degrees, right?
Right.
And it comes on 3 times a day. It comes on for 2 hours early in the morning, 2 hours in midday, and an hour in the afternoon. And it's just set on my timer. So my timer turns on, the heat turns on, the timer goes, now it's 10 o'clock, the timer goes off. So if I would like that to happen, like with the thermostats where I can control it. So basically I don't give them 24 hours of heat, it'll be for 2 hours, they're at 86 degrees and then it shuts off. And, then it's at room temperature ambient, which is 80. And then maybe later on it'll come back on for like another hour or so. That would be amazing, because now you're giving them that variant.
And obviously your approach to the Bollins is way different, you know, and I want to say, dude, fucking shout out to your custom built under the stairs setup, which a lot of people, man, I don't think they really understood what your game plan was at. But it's amazing because now it came together just how you wanted it. But how's that snake been adapting in that enclosure? Everything looking.
She loves it. She loves it.
She uses everything,
and she's always on the branch. She's a green tree. It's crazy, you know. To where my other Bollins in here, they're always under the nest. You know, they come out just for heat because they have to work for their heat. Their heat is up top, and it only comes on, like I said, 3 times a day, and it's only for a couple hours, and it shuts off. So sometimes you won't see them for a day or two, and then they'll come up and they'll bask for like an hour, a couple hours, and then they'll go back in. But she's on the. I'll take you over there and I'll show you. She's literally on the perch. She's like a green tree.
How many Bollins do you have at this point?
I have 3. So I have that female that I just picked up, and then I have the other 2, which I've finally just built the other enclosure. I'm trying to get them out this room because for me it's not cold enough for them, you know. But I just have them here for right now until the other enclosure is done getting built. Which shout out to Mike from 1776 Exotics. He cut a big oak tree for me for the new enclosure. You know?
He's really out there to become one of your good homies. I'm telling you right now. And I'm like, you know, I got to give him a lot of props, you know, and that's my boy though, man. I will say, Sock, can I say anyone I sent to you, you have taken such great care of them. And like, it literally leaves such a great experience in their mind. And I mean, that's what this hobby should need more, you know? So I want to say thank you for taking care of all the homies, all the Patreon homies. You're one. Thank you, dude. I appreciate that. But
like I said, I don't keep lists. I think it's just too much of a hassle. But you know, if somebody hits me up, it's more like you hit me up. I like you. We converse. I have something available. It's cool. You know, I'm trying to hit that 30 clutch number in 2026. So I keep a lot back, but there's always like I'm gonna let go of some of these high yellows. But my vision is to breed 30 chondro clutches in 3026. I mean, 2026.
That was 2030. Come on, you could do it before then. But I mean, to kind of talk about how your whole game, how your holdback game is laid out. You know, like what are you looking for out of each clutch at this point? Like 1 or 2 holdbacks, or like what if everything goes right? What are you looking to hold back at this point?
Well, no. So like last year, the ocean clutch, I sold 1 to Brian because I feel like giving one. You know, I want somebody to have something where I don't know what it's going to turn out to be from a baby, and you know, and then I kept the rest back. And same with my Fluttershy clutch. I shouldn't even sold any of them, but I sold 1 to Ashley. She's a vet out in North Carolina, a great person as well. And I pretty much I was like, she's like, I want it. I was like, okay. And then I picked which one I was letting go. And she said, regardless of what it was, she was like, I'll take it. But I kept them all back. The Sonic babies, I believe I sold like 3 of them, which you have 1, which is White Diamond's brother. And I'm telling you that, they look different. They're a lot different than most other yellow snakes, which is pretty crazy.
Do you have any more of those babies, or did you get rid of them all?
No, I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
What color are they for the most part? Are they still yellow, or are they still, what are they?
They're all yellow.
Okay.
I'll show you. There's a couple of them in the shed, but and then from Rogue and Rainbow Dash, which are the high yellows. Like,
oh, yours is actually right here. I can show yours too. Oh, let's pull mine out. I want to show yours. Fuck it. Oh yeah.
We got any questions in the comments that we need to answer?
No, bro. Don't mess up my flow, please. God damn it, Sock. We don't do that on this show.
All right. I want to give the people something. I want to help them.
We are giving them something.
Yeah.
There it is.
Yeah. I'll pull one out.
Here, let me show you. SC20. Wait, 2104. Let me get the face.
There's a couple. Yeah, that's right there. That's one.
Damn, that is so sick. Damn, we're just showing off some of your work. This is so dreamy.
Does it have any white specks on it? Or no? Any fake?
I mean, I don't see any white specks.
Yeah,
Oh,
this one.
right. I see a couple. Yeah, I see a couple right here. Not a lot.
Yeah.
Holy shit, that's a lot.
Can you see it? I can't see it on the camera.
I can see it.
Like look at the front.
Is it in shed or no? Am I tripping? Oh wow, that's
Most of them are going into shed. Hold on, I'll get another. I gotta find one that's not in shed.
yeah, man. I'm looking forward to get some of more of your stuff. Oops, getting more of your stuff for sure.
This one's in shed, but I mean, this one's probably one of my favorites.
Oh my god, I'm gonna put that on the big screen. Hold on.
Yeah.
What's the background on that one?
This is Ocean and Prime. So they're Insanity line with Joey Chondro Kids, pure Cyclops female.
That is insane. Oops. Damn, that is so sick. Hey, wait, pull out mine. Wait, show them mine. Can we bust out mine real quick?
What's that? Yeah.
Bust out mine. Waiting for this bad boy. And then we'll get back into the show. I'm sorry, there's a little bit of intermission. Oh, yeah. Show the dorsal, show the black. Now, I mean, from your experience at that age, or I mean, can you feel like you have a good idea what they're going to be, male or female, or is there no really saying at that age?
So I tried to hold on. I love to guess.
Right.
But I mean, there's certain things that you can think, but it's not 100%. I would just wait till I can probe or I can see the shed. But I can. There's some of them where I'm just like, wow, this is definitely a female. We'll see.
I mean, for the most part, when it comes to prices too, if you sell a baby, that it's really probable, right? So the prices really don't matter. I feel like when you price a baby, right? Doesn't matter, or no.
If it's a male or female, you're saying?
Yeah, right. So like for instance, like if you have something that's a juvenile, not juvenile, like a juvenile, and it's something that's more like, if you feel like it's a female, are you going to price it a lot higher than a male, or is it going to be around?
I would say, yeah, definitely, because everybody wants females.
Okay.
I mean, you gotta have males, right? You gotta have some good males. Honestly, it just depends on how many things you have, but you should never say I have enough females. You can never have enough females.
True. I mean, I love my position. Don't get me wrong, knock on wood, but I definitely have I have a shit ton of females, but I'm happy. I can't complain. What is your ratio adult wise right now? Do you know what your ratio is chondro wise?
I do
No.
not.
I mean, do you know how many chondros you have altogether?
I do not. I mean, I think it's probably adults. It's not that much. It's just what you see here. So I think probably like maybe 30.
No, I think people are probably wondering, like, I mean, especially chondro people, right, are thinking like 30 fucking clutches. Like, some are probably thinking, wow, that'd be sick. Maybe some are thinking he's full of shit, which this guy's never full of shit. If he says something, he does it. And then a third person might wonder, like, what is his game plan behind having 30 clutches? And I'm curious, like, what are you looking to do if you're able to establish and get 30 clutches going? Do you want to, like, serve the people in the reptile industry and get the hobby bigger, or what is your game plan behind that?
I want to do something that nobody's done before. You know, 30 clutches it's a lot of work, you know, and it's all up here. And yeah, I just want to do something that nobody's done before. And 30 came to my head, and that's my goal, and I'm going to do it. I think right now I have about, you know, with the babies, I got to have close to about 30 females, you know.
Wow.
Because even with the high yellow clutch that I had 2 years ago, 1, 2, 3, 4, I have five females from there that I know because I probed them, you know.
And you're rolling the dice with how many females this year? What is the what's the game plan this year?
I don't know. So I wasn't gonna pair this year because I just moved and everything, but I was like, yeah, whatever. So I had one that just ovulated Friday before we left. So that's the second one. That's gonna be for 2022. So she should be dropping in a few weeks. And then I have Prime back with Ocean right now. I think she's probably going to refuse the next time. And then I have my Aru girl that's with my Maniquari, my pure Maniquari. So they've been paired out. And there's gonna be a few more clutches. So my goal, I think, if I can get 5 or 6 this year, I'll be happy.
Okay. And then, you know, for people who are wondering, you know, because I can't remember. I think you've told me this, and I just can't remember. But the males that you use, is it 1-to-1, or do you sometimes go 1-to-2 with your pairs? Meaning, like, do you put your males to more than one female at all at any season?
So not at the same time. I would, if I'm pairing Prime with Ocean, he's gonna stay in there until she ovulates, and then I'll use him with another female, but I'm not gonna be going back and forth. I've done it before. I don't like it.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, it's just too much to gamble. You're already gambling. Why make it worse for yourself?
Yeah.
Now, when it comes to Soc, like chemistry, I feel like is everything, right? And you know, I feel like some males just don't like certain females. I mean, do you ever have a point in time where you see a pairing just don't go through, or does it all go through it every time? Like, what's your experience where like something not working out? Chemistry?
I've had pairings before where she had follicles, he was breeding her, and she didn't ovulate until like 7 months later.
Right.
Which is crazy. There's just a point where she was just holding her follicles at a certain certain millimeters, and she was holding for 3 months till she can continue. But usually if the female's got follicles and you put a male in there, he's gone. If they're not doing something, then either she's not producing follicles, or just make sure you don't have 2 females or 2 males together.
I mean, yeah, that's
just from my observation, because I don't just throw snakes in there. If I want to pair something, I ultrasound, and if I see follicles, then I'll throw the male in there. And usually, every single time that I've done it, the male's always locking up with the female. If the female doesn't have follicles, the male's not going to go for her.
You know, it's funny in the ball python world, man. You know, I have some pretty respectable, heavy ball python guests on this show, and some of them don't even have an ultrasound. And I clearly feel like because you could get away with that with ball pythons. But would you recommend anyone who's looking to breed into chondros and has a good group going, getting an ultrasound right off the bat? Like, is that something you do recommend someone investing in right off the bat? They can.
Yeah, I mean, if you're doing this, it's knowledge. Knowledge is power, you know. So you can guess. I'm not here. I don't drop temps. I don't drop temps. You know, like I'll drop, if I'm at 77, I'll drop to 76. So maybe I'll drop a degree when, you know, like I'm trying to, if I'm pairing somebody up. But I'm not dropping temps in August, and then I'm pairing 8 pairs in September. You know, I don't drop. I keep it simple. I don't change temperatures. Maybe 1 degree when the female does have follicles, because they're always getting a temperature drop every night. So when they're ready to produce follicles, they'll naturally start producing them, and it happens more than once a year. So if I see that she's got follicles, I'll throw them in. So that's why you can have clutches all year round, and you've seen people doing that. I'm not just gonna guess. Drop temperatures, throw eight different pairings, and then hope for the best.
Great. I mean, with that being said, I mean, I'm curious, Sock, on when or how many times do you have something paired up and you're like, well, it's not going to happen this year, and then you maybe reset and you take out the male, or what is something when that like happens? When you feel like something's not going to go the distance, do you just pull the male at that point and wait a few months, or what do you usually do when that happens?
If it doesn't actually I mean, since I've been using the ultrasound, it doesn't really, I haven't had that problem,
Right. That's sick.
Because again, I'm pairing at the right moment, 5
So, okay, so here, let me rephrase that question.
Whether they're going to get good eggs or bad eggs, something's happening because I'm pairing them at the right time and they're breeding, and
Do you ever? Okay, so let me ask the question again. Do you ever have a female that's laid for you before, never built follicles the following year, or like not do anything after that? That's what I'm asking. I think.
Oh, for the following year.
Yeah, like let's say you have a female that laid for you, right?
Yeah.
And then you either you wait a year or you right when you pair back again, just nothing happens. Like there's no like what if
not yet. I'll let you know if that happens, but no, not yet.
Wow. I guess I'm just not on your level at all. Okay.
Again, you don't have an ultrasound. You're just pairing.
No.
You're just. Does she have follicles? I don't know. Maybe she's got very, very small follicles, and then the male is breeding her. But
Well, because so my sarong, which you know about a lot of the stuff I have going on, and remember last year I had the sarong pairing going on, and he was locking her, and then all of a sudden September came around, and then he just didn't want nothing to do with her, and ever since he has want nothing to do with her, and no male has want nothing to do with her. So yeah, I don't have an ultrasound, so I have no clue what the fuck's going on, but from based off what I can tell, no male wants nothing to do with this girl whatsoever. And she's laid for me before. So get an ultrasound, people.
Yeah, maybe she's not producing. Maybe she's not growing any follicles. So
yeah,
they don't want nothing to do with it.
That being said, what is your choice of ultrasound? What ultrasound do you use? Because I fucking love this thing and I want you to talk about it.
Butterfly IQ.
Butterfly IQ. Okay.
Yeah.
What is it about it that you love about this ultrasound?
It connects to your phone. It's portable. I can take. That's how I met Joey. Somebody hit me up. They were talking to me about condoms. Like, hey, I have a friend who's got ball pythons. Can you, help this guy out? And I was like, sure, I'll go. It's probably around the time I got it. So I was needing practice. So I was like, I'll go ultrasound some ball pythons. I can take it anywhere. It's super easy. It's not a big machine. If I get this big machine and then I got to plug this into there, and then it's just a hassle where if I need to ultrasound somebody, it's quick. I plug it into my phone and it's go,
Right.
It's convenient for me. If I need to, that's why it's easy for me to ultrasound monthly if I need to,
Right. And I was gonna say, like, what is your protocol for the ultrasounding? I mean, is it once every week at this point? Like, I mean, how often are you ultrasounding?
So when I first got it, I was practicing and I was taking a lot of information. So when a female was gravid, or when I was pairing, I was ultrasounding that female weekly to see how fast follicles grow and how big they grow within a week. Now it's just, I take it easy. If I want to pair something, I'll ultrasound and see if they have follicles. I'm so busy with things that it's not so much about, I'm not trying to pair this year. I'm not trying to hey, let me pair. It's just, hey, let's see this girl. Has she got follicles? Okay, if not, there's no time for it right now. But before, when I did get it, I was ultrasounding females monthly. And then the ones that I was pairing was weekly, and I was tracking, I was taking notes, so I know.
Yeah, I mean, I can tell you right now, because just because you get an ultrasound, it doesn't mean you're like you're in the clear. Like, you got to fucking know how this thing works. You got to train your eye, especially
It's
with the
not hard,
condoms.
though. It's, you know, a lot of people are like, oh, I need to be a doctor. You don't need to be a doctor. It's just with anything. It's practice. No, it's just practice. Everything's going to be unfamiliar at first, and you don't know what you're looking for. But once you do it a couple times, you get better. Then you do it a couple more times, you get better than that, and then that's it. You know, and then you can read it like this.
What were ways you were doing to work on your, you know, ultrasounding skills? Like how are, you know, somebody's not breeding yet, but they have one, right? Like they're just prepared. Like what's a good way to kind of get, you know, used to one, you know? And I've never owned one, so I'm curious.
I think the best way to practice is on ball pythons because they're so easy, and plus their eggs, they're so big, or when they have follicles, they're so much bigger anyway.
Right.
It's a lot easier to spot them. You know, spotting 8 millimeters, 10 millimeters is easy, but spotting those 3, 4, 5 millimeters is hard.
Right. And I feel like that's why you kind of stay on top of the ultrasounding, because it, you know, a lot could change in a week or whatnot, right?
Yeah, correct.
Okay. And then you're keeping notes on this as well, you know, just for the record, you know, each time there is any kind of follicle building, you write it down, I'm assuming, right?
Yeah, especially for the females that I'm pairing, I'm tracking their growth over, you know, the next 8 weeks.
Okay. And based off the growth, like, you know, how it's moving up throughout the weeks, like if a female's going the right direction, right? How quick is it moving up throughout the weeks, basing off what you
I found out that it's about 5 millimeters a week. MJ, can I grab my my charger?
Yeah, go grab it.
Yeah.
You're good. Yeah, bro, don't even trip, Mike. I got you in the ultrasounding because getting one finally. And I will tell you, I've been talking about getting an ultrasound for almost a year, and I haven't gotten one yet because I haven't been breeding chondros in a year. But either way, like, it's important. When I get one, I want to go all in and geek out over it. I want to know what the fuck I'm doing, because when you're not ready or motivated to want to geek out over something like that, when you invest in it, it's going to more likely just sit in the corner. And I don't want that to happen. But yeah, shout out to the $20, Mike. I appreciate the super chat. Yeah, we'll get a little bit more information on this ultrasound. And yeah, guys, make sure you go check it out. Butterfly IQ. It's not cheap, but it is revolutionary. It hooks up to your phone. It is the shiznit. Just like all you people who are here tapping in. If you're just now tapping in, what is good? I saw we were just over 100 viewers. That's what's up. Let's get the likes.
Shit, 100 viewers. I love it.
Let's get the likes up for my man Socrates right now. We're gonna get the likes up for my boy Sock, because we're just breaking the mold right now. We're gonna tap into some serious shit here.
By the way, I want to say thank you to everybody that shared. I mean, I was on my Instagram and people were just sharing. I love it. I appreciate everybody. I feel the love. Thank you so much.
People are excited for this, man.
Like when people buy my Neos, I feel like they have a piece of me and, you know, my struggle and my success, you know. So
right.
I keep saying,
what is going on? You might need to exit out and come back in.
Do you think it's from the? Oh, you know what? I got it.
I feel like PTSD from the hospital. Like, I don't want to go back to the hospital, please. That literally sounds like the machine, like the fucking beep. Like,
is that better?
Yeah, that's better. Situated. What is 1 2 1 2. Okay, what is going on? Let's get your phone back. Here we go. Other way. Yes. There we go. All right, cool. All right. So back to what we were talking about. So you're saying it moves up 5 mm a week based off what you can tell, right?
Yeah, most of my calculations is pretty much an average of about 5 a week.
Okay. And when do you feel like you're in the clear, man? Like, I mean, I feel like you're very knowledgeable when you feel like something's locked in. But if you could kind of let people know at what follicle building point, like what numbers are you looking at to where you feel comfortable that she's going to go the distance?
When she ovulates.
Tell me more. I mean, you got to tell me more, though. Like, have you seen them get up to 30 and not go? Or like what? Like,
No. I feel like once they hit 20, whether it's good or bad, they're going, you know. And usually when they hit 20 millimeters is when they shut off food as well.
Right.
Around 18, 20 millimeters. And then usually about 4 weeks later, they'll ovulate. depending on how. I mean, yeah, depending on how you feed. Usually, I go off feedings as well. So once they shut off food, I know 4 weeks later they're about to ovulate.
But a lot of people, well, actually, no. Even the ball python game, you don't pull that male until that ovulation goes down. And then you pull the male, right?
Yeah, I don't pull the male until I see the ovulation, and I even let the male stay in there until the ovulation's done or the day after, something like that.
No, I mean, I'm pretty sure. No, I do know that a lot of your females, if not every female, is solid as far as when it comes to eating. But have you ever had a female breeding for you that was kind of a like okay of a feeder, like not the most solid eater, or you only breed nothing but solid feeders?
All these snakes eat.
Yeah.
I don't feed them. I don't feed them often. So when there's, I mean,
3 weeks, right?
Even when they're in shed, they'll eat pretty much. But I do feed bigger meals. Right.
Okay.
Except for the males. When the males are breeding, they literally get a mouse once every 4 weeks.
Right. Keep it on the lighter side.
Mm-hmm. And I'll feed, and they'll be breeding that same night.
For the most part, do you pull your male when you feed them, or do you like to leave them in there? What do you like to do for the most part? Don't lie. Don't lie, fucker.
Listen, know your animals, and you go.
Know your animals.
Know your animals. There's some, like, if I know, not so much the male, it's more of the female, that there's more females that are a little bit more aggressive, and if I know that, then I'll just I'll pull them out. It's not worth it. But
I have my sarong, bro. I'll never again, because it's like you. I was like, oh, I know them. I'll watch them. They both wrap their own rat, and I'm like, good to go. And I come back later. The female has her rat wrapped still, but then she's eating the ass end of the male's rat, and they're mouth to mouth like this.
Yeah. See, if I would do that, I wouldn't leave until they're done.
I mean, well, no, yeah, I get it now. Thanks. Nobody was hurt though. We were good. I got it. I couldn't believe the fat bitch just couldn't eat her own rat, but she had to like go to his and start swallowing his, which is
what I usually do is sometimes, not recommended, but with the Tupperwares, I have like a divider. So sometimes I'll just put that divider in the cage where it kind of divides the perch, so they don't really see the other snake or the food. So, but again, you shouldn't do it.
Yeah, I mean, I like unless you're willing to sit there, like you said. If you're willing to sit there and watch the whole thing go down, then go ahead and do it in case anything happens. But don't ever feel like it's safe, because it's never safe.
No.
All right, so I feel like we haven't tapped really fully into the chondro side of things, which I want to right now, because a lot of as much as the heartache that you got with the emeralds,
do we do like a little 5-minute show some snakes, get some people hyped, or you want to just keep going?
We'll do that towards the end.
Okay, sure.
Thanks. Fuck.
What?
But I'm serious. Chondros kind of going through a lot when they lay a clutch. Do you feel like some recover better than others, or do you feel like sometimes you could experience with females not recovering fully after laying a clutch or whatnot?
Well, thank God all my females recover very, very soft. Just from what I've seen, they recover very, very good. But I do feel that smaller snakes probably recover a lot faster, because they don't need that much more to get back to where they were. To where a bigger snake probably loses a little bit more weight.
And then, when your female lays for you, how quick do you try to get her back on food? Like, when do you go to offering her food again?
Listen, so I usually wait about 4 or 5 days a week sometimes. I don't rush it. I know a lot of people are like, oh, I want to get food in them. But you got to understand that in the wild, when they lay the eggs, then they incubate the eggs for 50 more days. So they don't for 50 more days. So usually once they lay, I'll wait 4 or 5 days. Sometimes I feed on Sunday. So pretty much it's whenever. If it's Sunday, they're getting a rat.
Right. And then, what's, like you said, you like to feed on the bigger side on the most part, but when it comes to getting them back going again,
Yeah.
it's smaller, right?
Yeah, smaller. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Usually what I do, that's the only time is when I'll feed them something small, then I'll feed again a week later, and then they'll go back to their original 3-week cycle of feeding.
Sock, I love you, but get your fucking phone situated. You're getting me nauseous. Can you find take a minute? That's fine. No rush. Go ahead. Let's get you situated, please.
My shit broke, bro. I don't know what. Hold on.
Oh, bro, what'd you do?
Is it moving? There we go.
There we go. You're good now. Cool. Because I'm so curious, man. What's my favorite snake that you have? White diamond. I obsessed with that snake. Never seen a snake like that. Seeing it in person, definitely another type of experience. But she's put you through the loop a couple times, right? Which we talked about earlier. But I want to kind of get more in depth on what you think that is, or is it just something you just I have no fucking clue, and let's see what happens.
Or just like anything in life, you got to work for it. I want it so bad that she's gonna make me work for it. So the first year I bred her, I should have waited until probably December. I ultrasounded her. She was at 18 millimeters. I had Fluttershy. I think she was at 8 millimeters. I should have put the male in with Fluttershy first, and I put the male in with her, because this was right when I when I started getting the ultrasound. Right, this was 3 years ago, I think, somewhere around. So within 30 days, she ovulated. So I already knew that. I just knew they were bad because I put the male in, and 30 days later, she ovulated. It was way too fast because she was already at 18 millimeters, and her eggs weren't fertile, so she gave me slugs. So that's why I know now that I don't pair anything over 14 millimeters. If I ultrasound the female and she's at 14, I'm wait till next time.
Got it. Oh, okay. I see what you're saying. So she didn't get the lock she needed soon enough. She got it a little too late.
Yeah, she was already at 18 millimeters without a male being introduced. So just because of the way I, just from the temperatures and the way that's how she was.
And that's why that's why you feel like sometimes, just because you get that one lock, it's all timing sometimes. If you get it a little bit too late into the follicle building, it might not be the clutch you want,
Yeah. I
mean, that makes sense.
That's just from my takeaway. I've talked to other people. They have other. It's just from what I've experienced. The same thing happened to me with Rainbow Dash the first year. I didn't have an ultrasound, but I paired the male. He locked 30 days later, ovulation. So that's how I knew how it was going to be bad for her, because I had already experienced it with another female.
Right.
It wasn't with an ultrasound. I just paired, and 30 days later, this female ovulated, and again, slugs. So I knew it was going to happen. So then the second time around, go ahead.
No, finish.
Yeah. So then the second time around, I had put prime with her, and she slugged out. Then I put prime with Ocean, and he knocked Ocean up. Then I put prime with Fluttershy. He knocked Fluttershy out. And then she was ready. I ultrasounded her. She was at 8 millimeters. I thought I was going to give him about a month off. But because she was at 8 millimeters, again, I should have waited for the next time. But because she was at 8, I put him in there without giving him a break. And he had literally just bred 3 girls back to back. He bred her, then he went to Ocean, then he went to Fluttershy, and then he went back to her.
So he wasn't really prime.
He wasn't prime, but he did his job. Let me tell you.
Yeah, but he was it was more blanks versus the load.
She was building normal. 8 weeks later, she ovulated. It was a big ovulation. I was like, man, this is it. I remember her laying. I remember looking, and I see white eggs. Man, I was so excited. I pull her off, and I'm like, damn, bro, only 6 eggs. I was like, doesn't matter. That's all. I'm blessed, more than enough. But then I checked I checked for veins, and there was no veins. So I was like, that's not, and they all crashed.
Real quick, by the way, hyped up, just so you know, this is hyped, Sock. Okay, we don't need to show animals to be hyped. Everyone's hyped because I got some super chats here I want to drop out. Ladyist Exotics this is my actually thought too, because this isn't always easy to ultrasound a chondro.
Yeah.
Sometimes people like to sit still. They, you know, so do you recommend maybe having a partner or doing it with somebody else? Or I mean, I know
Joey comes over and helps me, but I do a lot of it on my own as well. It's just about I mean, I can show you, but I put them on the floor,
right?
And just from doing it so often, I just move with the snake, you know.
Right.
That's the best thing, because if they're not like ball pythons. Like ball pythons, when I go over to Joey's house and we're ultrasounding ball pythons, he literally just holds them down. They're so big and fat that, you know, you just hold them and you ultrasound. It's pretty easy. But with the chondros, if you restrain, they're tightening up and they're moving, and it's a lot harder. So I pull them out on the floor. I get down on the floor with them, and I'm just moving along with their belly, and I can see it.
Dude, one thing, and you know, we were talking about, you know, no matter how many times you're doing something, especially with breeding chondros or emeralds or maybe almost anything, you always learn something new, right? And I thought I was on top of my shit to pull this clutch. And what did I do wrong? I pulled from the bottom, which you never supposed to do, right? Because she brought all these eggs with her, and I was like, oh shit. Yeah. And so I brought her back down, and like I was able to unravel, and she was still hooking onto one egg with the very end of her tail, and I didn't see it. So that's the one egg that unfortunately drops. But can you kind of tell us the good technique on pulling a snake off a clutch of eggs for like rookie people like myself? And hey, I'm gonna take a piss while you're talking so I can hear you.
So for pulling eggs, I would take the hook and I would just go around right about where the neck is, and then just start uncoiling, and then I'll put my hand in there and kind of uncoil them. You don't want the time when you try to restrain them, or if you feel scared that you're going to get bit and maybe you put a glove on that you want to grab their neck and restrain them, it's the wrong thing, because that's when they're going to tighten up, they're going to coil up, and then all the eggs are going to roll, or if you pick them up from the bottom. So usually I'll just take a hook and just try to unhook them as they start opening up, and then you can reach in there and you can actually grab the female. She'll be okay, or grab the eggs as they untwirl. So that's it. Can we see any comments? No. Is he coming back?
Bro, look, we got another super chat. Don't even trip.
All right.
Look at that. The homie Nate Dog. Love the chondro and Bollins talk. Future Bollins keepers here and just supporting US Art. Thanks.
Yeah.
Thanks for the wisdom, Sock. Don't let this disrupt the flow. Nate, you don't disrupt the flow. You're a good player.
Okay.
That was awesome. But, you know, we haven't really tapped into the Bollins, which we will here in just a minute. But the chondro, you know, because people out there, Sock, you know, it's crazy. I see it for myself right now. I have people that I know that are spending quite a bit of a big dollar amount on chondros, and they don't really have much experience. But do you feel like that's fine? I mean, what's your take on someone who wants to drop a lot of money into chondros? I mean, what would you have to say to that?
Do it.
Yeah, I love it.
Listen, it's all about your passion. If you love it and you know you're paying for quality, do it. You know, why are you? If you're doing it for the money, it's totally different. You know, I don't think anybody successful is doing it for the money in the chondro game. You know, because it takes time and it takes patience. It takes a lot of work. So if you're not passionate about it, it's not a quick buck. And you can all your previous speakers, you know, like Bill and Patrick and Marshall, like they all tell you the same thing. You know, it's not about the money. You're not doing it for the money. You know, I don't need to sell a snake to survive. You know,
right?
It's because I love what to do, and when I walk in this room, I feel blessed and I feel happy. You know, it's my happy place.
Are you a locality breeder or designer breeder?
Designer. What do you think? I like the exotics. Just like Jane, she's exotic.
The expensive shit.
Yes.
I mean, with that being said, because I mean, you have people who don't know what route to go. You have some people who are like, well, Should I be focused on the locality stuff, or should I,
You gotta be focused on. You gotta feel focused on what's fucking sexy. I love I love an all yellow snake. Like, to me,
I love it.
Yellow. It's just, I love yellow. Like high yellow. Like white diamond is just fucking sexy to me.
Yeah, I love it. That's crazy.
But I do love blues too. Don't get me wrong. I'm definitely into the blues too.
I want on the record, if you don't mind, Sock, a little bit more detail of the documentation on where white diamond came from, okay? Because she's a one-of-a-kind snake, but I could have this on this podcast. I want to hear it from you where she actually came from.
So I got her actually. Oh my God! So I got it from David Termini.
Okay, David Termini, right?
So he's the one that produced her, and basically he produced her just from regular locality. Well, it was regular snakes. I mean, there were captive snakes with bloodlines. There was a high yellow Nikolai bloodline was one of them, and then there was like a mustard line as well. But it was just a fluke. Basically, he bred them. I forgot how many snakes he had. He sold a couple to a pet store, and when he was going to go take them, he saw a white patch on, like a white patch on the face. So he thought that it was some type of fungus or something. So basically, he didn't take that one in because he thought that it was sick, and ended up she just started turning all white from there.
And so it originally came from a pet store? I mean, from where you got it?
No. From David Termini produced
got
her.
It. Okay, got it.
So
right,
she's got some Nikolai blood in her. Yeah.
Wow. And from what you can tell, will she give you red and yellow babies, or what color do you think her babies would be?
No, they're gonna be yellow, but that's why I'm putting her up. I want to pair up with Prime, because then it'll be mixed, so it'll be red and yeah.
Because Prime will only put out reds, correct?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. And okay, Optimus Prime, right? Another legendary snake of yours.
Yeah.
If you could just kind of do the background on Optimus Prime.
Yeah,
because
he's from the Insanity line.
I don't know why are we not showing these snakes? Hold on real quick. I got them right here. God damn it.
In person.
All right, show them in person. Let's do it. Let's bust them out right now. Bust out white. Or no, yeah, let's bring them to the cage, or just take the phone to the cage, and you can swap the. You could actually swap the camera view.
Yeah, how do I do that? No.
You should be able to swap the view there. If not, you can just turn the phone around. Not a big deal. All right, we're gonna get some good stuff in here, guys. Don't worry.
All right. Oh yeah, you see the ceiling?
Yeah, the ceiling is so thick, which we will talk about the ceiling here before the end of the podcast for sure. Because I want to. Oh wow! All right, you got the big screen.
You see it? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Live?
Oh, sorry. Looks good.
Can you
Keep
see her?
Just tilt it up just a little bit. Move it to the right. Right there. Just a little bit more. Right there. All right, cool. Yeah, I mean, it's hard to see the head because there's a glare. But, I mean, we see the body. We get the idea.
Hold on. Let me just see where the camera is at. Okay, right there. I could just pull her out. How about that? All my snakes are like, what's going on? Because the lights are always off.
I have the lights on at this time ever. He's like, we can't do it in my pod. We can't do it in this room because of lights. I'm like, bro, you're gonna be fine. Just leave it. Tell the snakes it's a party. Wow, look at that. Oh my God, there she is. Look at that, bro. Oh, sorry, I don't mean to. This is live.
I gotta figure out this camera situation. Yeah, she's badass.
Now, I mean, the features of this snake obviously is not only the white and the high white and yellow, but she has a white tongue or something like that, right?
Yeah, her tongue's pink or white, whatever you want to call it. Yeah. I'll put her back.
I would maybe, maybe put your phone down, like get your phone situated and just bring the snakes to the phone. That's probably your best bet.
Okay.
That way you can see what you're doing.
We could do that.
Thank you. Thank you, kind sir. If you guys could please get the like sock. We should easily be at 100 likes at this point. Let's go. Let's get it up. It's going to be sexy time. And I want to smoke. Hope you guys are enjoying this. I appreciate all the viewers. This is my best friend right here. It's my boy. So I appreciate everyone being here. Oh, my God. Let's go.
This is Fluttershy. She's not happy. Just trying to wake her up.
Oh, there she is. She's What's Fluttershy's background?
She is Sky Topaz Biak.
And how many clutches has she given you so far? Just one or two?
Yeah, just one. I'll show you some babies right now.
Wow, bro.
Yeah.
And Optimus Prime was the sire, right?
Yeah, so I'm going to pair up with Chaos this year. I'll pull out Chaos too.
Sick. Sick times.
Let me just plug this phone in as well. That doesn't die. This is one of her babies.
Oh, wow. That is unreal, bro.
And I'll pull out another one.
Insane. Insane. Another baby, right? Oh, wow.
Can you see how dark they are?
Bro, what the fuck? That one is insane, bro.
They're all pretty different from this clutch. Like every single snake is uniquely different. I'll pull out another one. Like
that's my goal, to have a snake that color, like baby wise. Like that is just that snake is gonna turn out so ridiculous. Mark my fucking words. That's hard, but the other one shits on that one, just so you know.
so that one's a darker one, but
dude, okay, bust out whatchamacallit, the one that Frank has. Shit, what's the legendary conjure that? Oh, Zeus, the Zeus offspring.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes, this is sick right here. I couldn't believe this snake when it was a baby. I wonder what it looks like right now. Hopefully it's not shed or anything. Because this thing, if any of you guys know about the Zeus line, whoa.
So when I probed this one, and I thought it was a female, but it was really squeezing, and it shut out plugs. So this is actually a male.
Is that a good thing or bad thing for you?
No, it's a good thing. I'll take it out.
Bro, that snake is unbelievable. Okay, it has to be my favorite male then, for sure. White diamond, favorite female. This is my, sorry, Optimus Prime.
Let me show you another one.
Where are you going? You can't change my mind on this. If you pull something else out that tops that snake, I swear, I'll fucking shit myself. No, I won't. That's gross. But I'm just saying. My heart's racing right now. Just so you know, guys, if you ever have the pleasure, not that anyone's invited, but I'm just saying, if you ever have the pleasure of this guy's collection, you don't have a weak heart, okay? Especially if you love chondros, because you will have a heart attack. It's like I remember the room was spinning, and I was getting sweaty. Like, oh, what is this? Oh, wow. This is David D production, right?
Yeah.
All right. This is a male or female? This is a male?
This is a male.
Oh, shit.
This is what's going with Fluttershy this year.
Dude, I remember when you bought him.
Yeah. He's pretty crazy. Then I'll show you.
Damn, bro. Insane. Imagine that with Fluttershy.
This is his sister.
You know, some people out there, even if you have money, might not even get their hands on something like that. You understand that, just so you know. This is fucking unreal.
That's his sister. She's going blue.
She's looking awesome. And you got them at the same time.
Yeah, I got 3 of them. Yeah.
I remember that day. Crazy, bro. I love it. And how far is she from breeding, Sock?
I'm gonna wait another year. Her and her sister.
So she's gonna be 5 next year or 6?
No. She's gonna be 4.
Oh shit! So she's only 3 right now.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, cool. She looked big, man. Damn, it's a big 3-year-old. Beautiful stuff, man. I want to say shout out to Dave D. Shout out to all the legendary people who bred animals and put them into people like this' hands because couldn't find a better person. Wow. Background. What's the background?
This is my red high yellow from
bring it more in the center. Yeah, right there.
Rainbow Dash and Rogue. So this was a red Neo and it's going straight to yellow.
Pull it back just a little bit, Sock. Just a little bit. There we go. That's good. Right. Yeah, right there.
This was a red baby. It's 18, 19.
So this was a red Neo now turning yellow.
Straight yellow. This is from the babies that I just hatched right now. This is the same pairing. This is just an older.
This is crazy, bro.
And then I'll show you one of the yellow babies or one of the yellow ones.
Insane. I am so I wish I was there, to be honest. I mean, probably would have a heart attack, but that's to everyone in the building. Ooh, look at that. Wow. Back down, please.
That's a sip to that red one.
So same age, and this one has tiny bit of green splatter on it, which the other one has 0 green splatter.
Yeah, so this was a yellow Neo, that's a red Neo.
Damn, bro. That is impressive.
And then I'll show you this is a Patet.
Another sibling?
No, this is from Big Worm and Crown Jewel. I got this one's from James and Joe.
Wow. Gee.
So you see why I like the yellows?
That is insane, bro. Oh my god. And do you know the sex of this one yet or no?
Yeah, that's a map.
Wow. This man hasn't even started yet. Like the shit that he's producing. Just wait. This is insane.
And then this is
Hello. Don't trip. We'll get to the Bollins.
oh yeah, you guys want to see the Bollins?
Yeah, we'll get there. Let's finish with this. This is what matters, right?
So this is Rogue. This is the sire to those.
I fucking love this snake. I need a. Sorry for yelling, but I need a rogue baby, please. Like I'm gonna lose my mind.
A what? A rope?
I need a rogue baby. You know what I'm saying, Socrates? Don't pretend you can't hear what I'm saying. I want a rogue baby. You heard me.
Oh, rogue baby. Yeah.
This guy. And so, okay, so you've had how many clutches from Rogue? 2, right?
2. So the ones that I just hatched, and then the ones I just showed you. Yeah.
So for the people who are curious, like since Rogue did her thing, when will be the next time you would pair up Rogue?
No, well, Rogue is the male.
Oh shit, my bad. Oh,
Yeah,
did he?
the female is rainbow dash. The female is the other high yellow snake.
So he doesn't really like I mean, he gets a break, but he wouldn't get a long break like a female would get. A female gets a longer break, obviously, right?
Yeah. The female's a year.
A year, right? Okay. All right, cool. All right, listen, before we get into the Bollins talk real quick, for the people who want to understand why you have plants inside your enclosures, right? Because some people wonder, like, are you doing bioactive? Are you not? But what is your typical setup look like? I mean, we could see it from here, so you don't need to take it. But like, why is it that you have the setup that you choose to have?
Because it's beautiful.
Is that because it's beautiful?
It's beautiful and it's simple. It's just I have the plant. Obviously, the plant creates more oxygen. I spray my cages 3 times a week, so there's movement. And it's simple. I don't have, some people like bedding. I like it. It's clean. It's simple.
How long have you been going the puppy pad route for now?
Oh, since 2015, I think.
Okay, so you've never really dabbled with substrate, maybe in the beginning years, right? But
no, listen, I've kept snakes for over 20 years. Before it was all substrate.
But since you started on this chapter, since this journey,
it's been pads,
now,
and I love it.
And you do recommend that to your customers, right? Because I'm sure your customers ask or are curious how to keep. Because I'm sure I know you're getting new chondro keepers. So what are you kind of like? What are you suggesting to them right off the bat? Like, what is your like 101 to a new customer when you're presenting them one of your productions?
Well, if they're taking a baby, then I would say, tub, obviously, for at least the first year and a half.
Right.
You don't want to put it in a cage. Can you put it in a cage? I'm sure you can.
Right.
You can do whatever you want. It's your world, but I think it's going to thrive better in a tub situation. And I would say paper towel over. You get these plates. Here, I'll show you. These little saucers from Home Depot.
Oh yeah, the plate saucers. These are awesome.
They're like 99 cents, and the reason why I like these is because I see a lot of people that they have these long water bowls that are like this high, right?
Right.
And they're very small, so the snake needs to find that water to where this covers pretty much most of the tub. Right. So they look down, and it's just such a wider diameter of water where it's easy for them to find. I keep all my snakes in tubs over water anyway. So, and,
I feel like some people wouldn't want to go that route, which I don't understand. But why do you feel like you put your baby chondros straight over water? What is the reason behind that?
Well, so for me, it's more of just checking myself. I check them every day, so every single tub gets opened, and every single tub gets checked, and it's pretty much they get water, if not every day, every other day. Because if I see some type of bowel movement in there, it gets replaced. And as babies, they do it often.
You good?
I'm just making sure that I have power.
Please do. We still have the Bollins to talk about.
Yeah. Okay, we're good.
All right, cool. All right, man. Listen, appreciate the talk on the emeralds and the chondros. I do want to wrap this episode up with the Bollin subject because, it is, like I said, it's awesome that you got your hands in almost every dream species that I want to keep someday. But you did a lot of research, and I appreciate the research you did. I remember seeing how jazzed and pumped up you were about purchasing a Bollins at that time when you did. But kind of tell us what thought process you put behind getting into a Bollins before you purchased one.
So I remember James talking to me about his Bollins, and I was like, and I was like, yeah, they're really cool. But it wasn't until I went to Alex's house, my vet's house, and I saw it in person. And when I saw it in person, one second. When I saw it in person, I was like, wow, I have to own one. They're just that captivating. and they're so smart and so different than any other snake. They're not predictable. Like they'll be in 20 different spots. And it's not like they have that one spot to chill. Though the female out there, she loves to chill on the tree, but these two are all over the cage. They chill all over the cage. But when I saw it in person, I knew I just had to have it, and I was just getting one for a pet, and it just escalated. So now we have three. Funny story. It was like 3 a.m. with this female, and then Mike called me at like 3 a.m. because he found her on Fauna.
Fauna.
Yeah, Fauna. And he just knew that I wanted a big female, so he was like messaging the guy like, we'll take her. So I had to get her. But yeah, she's a dream. She's a dream to have. Such a beautiful snake. When you put them in the sun, it's incredible.
And I know you do have the ones that are having cages built for them now, but for the most part, people who do keep regular pythons like ball pythons and retakes and whatnot, these snakes aren't meant to be kept in the same ambient as these other type snakes. They're not. And I feel like the most common mistake any new Bollins keeper makes is keeping it too hot. Am I right?
Yeah, I just, to me, I think too much heat is a problem. If you look at their temperature and their environment right now, there's a bunch of different, like Good Enough Island and where they're at. I mean, it's usually in the 50s, 60s most of the year, But what I've noticed is if I take her out in the sun, and let's say she's back, like let's say I take her outside in the sun and she's out there for 30 minutes, just from the sun, the rays, her body temperature will get to like 100, and she'll keep that heat for a long, long time. So they don't need that much heat. They just need a little time in the sun to absorb those rays, and they can heat up their bodies for a long time with that.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, right now, let's see, Western New Guinea, it's 90 degrees daytime and then 72 night right now.
At 17, what about Good Enough Island? Check Good Enough Island. Good Enough Island.
Good Enough Island. How far is that from West? Is that in the same demographics?
I don't think so.
Good Enough Island. Now, real quick, why are you saying Good Enough Island? Is that where they're known?
There's a few different places.
Oh, yeah, 67.
Yeah, see, there's like 4 different places or 3 different places that they're located at. So yeah. you want to check all of them. What's that?
It's super wet too. Like, here, let's check this out real quick, just so people could get an idea of the temperatures over there. Because 68, dude, it's 2 o'clock over there and it's 68 degrees. Wow.
I told you.
That's on the high, bro. And then look, it's all wet throughout the whole week, and the highs are 68. This is crazy, bro.
Do you see her?
Oh, you there? Hold on. Let me turn this off. All right, go ahead. Wow, check that.
Do you see where she's at? I don't know. I gotta open this. Hold on.
Yeah, I see it. The very top corner. Yeah, let's see it. Bust it out. Oh my God! Look at.
So that's where she pretty much chills.
Bro, I just love her disposition, man. She's so calm. Her demeanor is so chill, bro.
You see that?
God, that's such a dream. That is probably the snake of snakes.
Yeah.
Get her face. Get her face. Get her face. Get her face.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah. That's what I'm talking about. Look at that. Bravo. Bravo, my man. That is amazing.
Yeah, that face is just. I mean,
That is.
Yeah.
I wish I could kiss it. I just want to kiss that face. I love it.
Mm.
God. All right. Thank you for that. Appreciate it. And I know what I'm going to be dreaming about tonight. 100%. All right. So going back to the Bollin talk real quick. You know, on top of the temperature factor, right? I'm curious as far as how the dieting goes with them and what you feel is important when it comes to feeding these. And we could just stick to the topic of adults. So what are you feeding that adult female in there?
I feed her around 400 grams every 2 to 3 weeks. I'm not always feeding every 2 weeks. I'll go 2 or 3 weeks sometimes. So 1 week will be 3, then another feeding will be 2, and then I switch back and forth with her.
And I know we're not at that state yet as far as you breeding them, but obviously that's the game plan, right? I mean, you would love to make this a project and, you know, maybe see if that could happen someday, or what's the plan?
Yeah, right. That's the plan, but you're talking about like 5, 6, 7 years from now. I don't know.
Right.
No
Rush.
No, there's no rush.
Right. Okay. I mean, and I know you're somebody who does things premeditating wise. I mean, are you doing a lot of research right now with breeding, or what are you doing right now just to kind of stay sharp with the Bollins or any of that?
I mean, I've done some research and, you know, with temperatures and all that stuff. So, but I'm still a long ways away. I'm just enjoying them for the moment, you know.
And
But I do feel that the way you keep them is going to show if you're going to be able to. And I think by the time that I'm going to be able to breed them, I'm going to be ready. I feel there's going to be so many more people that are going to be successful, and there's going to be so much more insight on them because, you know, again, 5 years from now, it's a long time.
One thing I love about your journey so far with the Bollins sock is you've gotten babies to adults. So you're establishing 2 different types of Bollins, which I feel is an importancy, right? But obviously, dude, if you got money, you could get a Bollins right now. Like there's ways to get it, right? But if somebody out there were to get their first Bollins, let's say they're able to get their hands on their first Bollins and they have no advice whatsoever, and they were to if they were to come to you, what would be some advice you have to anyone purchasing their first Bollins?
Well, I think with any animal, I think if you're able to get a baby, it's the way to go because you're raising it, you know how to raise it, and really the only reason why I purchased her was because after talking to Reptile, is just because the way he raised her, which would be the way that I would raise her with the temperatures. Like he kept her at 65 at night and, you know, 80 degrees during the day, you know, nothing higher than that. So that was one of the main reasons why I was like, okay, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna grab this female, was because of the way he raised her as well. But if I would have a choice, like the other 2 that I have, I got them as babies.
Right.
You know, Megatron was under a year old, and Fancy was like 2 months old.
Right. She was smaller than Megatron when you got, remember?
Yeah,
right.
She was only like 2 months old. I think Megatron was around 10 months old when I got him.
She was mint, bro.
Yeah, she's grown. I'll pull her up.
Yeah, pull her up. This is my find, by the way, right here. This guy. Let the people know, Sock. Just kidding. Oh, I need a Bollins in my life. I feel like I'm lagging. Got everything I need in my life, but a Bollins.
Yeah, she was such a small. I mean, she's still small, but she was so tiny. She's changing colors now.
I don't know more, bro. This thing was red when you got her.
Yeah. She was 2 months old, I think. But she's doing good. I think she's going into shed, actually.
Yeah, I see. She looks a little opaque, but it looks gorgeous, pretty.
Yeah,
and Megatron's obviously a lot bigger. He has a good size on him now, right?
Yeah, I could pull him out too if you want.
No, Megatron's probably a bigger boy. Megatron's, man, that's another mint. What an episode, guys. I hope you guys are enjoying this as much as I am. Definitely probably one of my favorite informative chondro emeralds. I mean, everything we're learning all in one episode from this guy. Player. We're not even done yet. We're going to go 3. We're going 3. This guy. Oh, here we go.
So he's a lot bigger.
Dude, wow, he looks gorgeous.
Yeah. If I can get him still.
And it looks like Megatron is a lot darker. Like he has like less striping going on. I almost want to say.
Maybe.
He's also younger, but
yeah,
that
he's
is
a good size.
man. Trio. This guy's not missing. I love it.
But yeah, super friendly. You know, my kids always play with them or handle them. I don't want to say play, but
You have one of those. You have the fancy pants or Megatron's going in Jane's office. Which one?
well, they're both going in there.
Oh, so you're gonna cohabitate them.
Well, she needs to get a little bigger, but he's going in there as soon as it's done, pretty much.
And as soon as she gets big enough, then you're gonna put her in with him.
Yeah, I'm gonna co-have them for sure.
Ooh, nice. That's crazy. Now, have you talked to anyone who's cohabitated them before, or what's your thought process on that?
No, not yet. But there's the guy Robert that has that reptile company, and he co-has them together.
Okay.
So.
All right. Awesome. And now, other than the Bollins, you know, I have to ask you, what's the situation with your Boegas? Do you have them anymore, or are they
Yeah,
no
I
longer?
still have them. So actually, I still have them. I'm just waiting to see what happens with the whole
ordeal.
Yeah, but I was about to get rid of them, and I was like, I don't know, let me pair them. So I paired them, and within a month, she laid eggs. I wasn't prepared. So I got one good one actually. One's still in the incubator.
What day is it on?
I don't know. I got it written down. They take a long time anyway, so
They do. Yeah, they take a minute.
You know, they take a minute, but
they also need lower temperature too, right? Like they don't get cooked at 80, 87.
No, so I have it at 77 at night, and then it's 83 or 81 during the day.
So you're giving me drops. Okay.
I do 12 hour, 12. Mm-hmm.
And then you also just real quick to kind of clarify the species of Boega we're talking about. I can't say this.
Latifasciata. Yep. So my idea is I'm gonna breed them again in like a couple of months, so I can get a full good clutch of eggs, and then I'm probably gonna get rid of them.
Right.
And I don't know about the diversions yet.
I mean, and then so the other species of Boegas is the divergent pair that you have, correct? Yeah, and those were imported. Those were imported from Russia, or what's the background on those again?
They're from Danny Stark.
From Russia.
I don't think it's from Russia.
No. Or where's it? Or somewhere in Indonesia or something? Not Indonesia. I'm sorry, but Germany or some shit. I forget. I don't know, probably. Where's he from?
I forget where he's from. Yeah.
Okay. And those are raising up nice, obviously. But I mean, I'm curious. You know, you have them in what 4x2s or what's the setup you have for your Boegas when they're adults?
So my Boega, the adults are in 3x2x2, just like these snakes back here. And then the Boegas that I got from Danny, they're still in male shoe tubs.
Okay, cool.
The bigger.
Other than the Boegas, Obviously, ball pythons. Shouts Ari. But I mean, do you ever see yourself dabbling in any other species at some point? Like, if you have the time, if we kind of like down the road, where do you see yourself dabbling into? What else?
Not at the moment. I love the venomous stuff. I love the vipers, like the temple viper, and I love the lapids, the cobras. But I have kids. There's, I used to keep them back in the day. I can't anymore. But I just love the trees, the exotics. Like the Wrangler viper is just one of my favorite vipers.
Right.
There's no way I'm going to keep those now. Not with my kids. Just not worth it. So that's the one thing. That's why I kept the boegas, because it kind of reminds me. They're not that dangerous. But it kind of,
the way you look, you're like, they're not that dangerous. Have you been bitten by one? Because I have.
And I'm still here.
I'm still here. Yeah, you're right. It is scary though, that much.
Like my female, she's super chill, like super chill.
Right. But
the male is not.
I think one hot topic we haven't talked about yet is your kids as of, Ari, right? I mean, I already knew it, starting an Instagram account and being consistently posting is not always the easy thing to do. You get in a rhythm and you figure it out, which you did. But you manage, which, by the way, bro, props to you too, because your account's blowing up too, man. I mean, what you deserve. You have one of the nicest collections in the world, so you definitely deserve everything that's coming to you. But I'm curious on how it's been managing two accounts that are growing, and especially a kid's account, right? Because you do have you have different hecklers, you have different people commenting and whatnot, which I want to know how you're dealing with that and whatnot. But how's that been running the accounts and whatnot? I'm gonna use the bathroom anyway. It's the coffee.
Yeah. So with the accounts, I just made a commitment to myself to just post once a day. So from the day that I started my account and the day I started Ari's account, I just make sure I post once a day, no matter what, no matter if I'm tired, no matter if it's end of the day, I just make sure I make one post a day. And it's just about staying consistent, pretty much. Even if I have to go dig deep and maybe pull out like an old picture, but a lot of times I'll just run in here, I'll take some pics. She's always handling snakes anyway. She's handling her snakes, or she's in here handling snakes. So she's a big part of this. She really has a passion for snakes, so she's always in here. And my son too. Now my son, he's starting to. Did we lose everybody?
Damn, you already answered? This guy. You already answered? What's wrong with your phone? It froze? Bro, we can't hear you at all. What's happening? I leave for like 15 seconds. Exit out and come back in. All right. I apologize. I had a piss. What the fuck? Exit out and come back in. Leave and come back in. There we go. No. All right. I'm going to boot this guy. I'm sorry. It's the same personal sock. I thought we were going to get through the whole 3 hours with no technology issues. I think we had one little fuck up earlier, but leave it to Sock. He'll come right back in right now. I appreciate this. I do have one hot topic I want to cover for sure. It's going to get juicy right now. 75 people still in the building. I appreciate you guys so much. Here he is. He's back. Here he is. He's back. What's good?
Yeah. I don't know where it got cut off. I don't know where it got cut off, but I make sure I post once a day. I make sure I just post once a day. And since I started my account and her account, it's once a day, no matter what. So it's about making a commitment and just sticking to the commitment no matter what, So
now, and honestly, I can't, I do know, Sock, that there are some people that kind of, I don't know, I mean, different point of views, and you live your life, right? But people who think that you put your kids at danger, right, by letting them hold a Basin, by letting them hold a chondro, Maximus with the Bollins. For people who are really concerned, what do you have to say to that?
So, like you said, like some people write crazy comments. I don't really even read the comments. I really don't care about what other people think. I look at my kids as I protect my kids. I'm not going to put them in any danger because I love them. And I want to show that, with snakes, it's just a fear that somebody's put in somebody's mind that snakes are bad, so we want to show that snakes aren't that bad, and they're not bad. And a lot of times when people come to my home and they're like, oh wow, you're reaching in there and you're grabbing every single snake, it's because they know that I'm not a threat.
Right.
So and yeah, like I said, I'm not putting my kids in with tigers, although maybe if I had a tiger and I knew that animal was not going to eat my, it's okay. I get you. They're wild, but I know my animals. And yes, any snake can bite at any time. So I'm definitely aware of that. But
and then honestly, you could be real on this. What does Jane have to say, your wife? Like when she, like, and especially in the beginning, like was she kind of like, yo, Sock, be careful?
She supported me 100%. She knows how much I love my kids. She knows I'm not going to put my kids in danger.
Right.
So,
but I mean, and I don't want to push you on this because you're my boy, but like some people feel like that the fact that snake could turn around and bite at any point, like not knowing, like isn't that kind of putting your kid at danger? Don't you think?
Yeah, I'm not handing it a snake. I haven't held for 5 years.
Right, but the Bollins.
Yeah, so the Bollins, it's what you see is we're interacting with the Bollins, but it's not like I'm not giving the Bollins to Ari to hold on her own, because I know that something can happen. Because that's not now Megatron, which we've had since a baby. I know his temperament, and she handles him all the time, so I know that I can trust him with her. But with Ethereum, there's no way I would leave my daughter alone or say, hey, put the snake around your neck. I don't feel comfortable because I haven't had her since she was a baby. So I would never do that. When she's handling her, I'm there with her, and she's learning how to handle her. She's learning how to handle green tree pathogens, and that's how you evolve, and that's how you become a master, is by handling and by learning. And you get bit. Yeah, you're going to get bit one day, but that's how you learn.
I was going to bridge to that. I was going to bridge to that, Sock, because I feel like what you're doing and implementing to your children, it was not only, I feel like my dad did that to me, and it put me not really in dangerous situations, but in situations where, yeah, like you said, you could get bit, but that's part of life. You're going to be fine, and you keep it moving. Like, I feel like that's important for a kid's mind to be in that position or in that situation. I really do.
Yeah.
You see a lot of.
Say it again.
You see a lot of growth from it. I feel like that's why your kids are just fucking like growing like weeds, bro. Your kids are growing fast, like, and I'm just saying, I'm paying attention. It's nuts.
Yeah, they're growing way too fast. You need to slow down.
I mean, and with that, that shout to the wives. Can you say shout to the wife one time, man? Shout to Jane.
Yeah. By the way, happy birthday to Lily. Happy birthday, Lily.
Lily. And I don't know if she's back from dinner yet, but I want to say happy birthday to her before the end of the show. And I also want to say happy belated birthday to Jane. Both our wife's birthday just recently.
Yeah,
that is epic.
Yeah.
Wow. But Jane, man, shout out to Jane. Like when you and I got our friendship started, I instantly saw Jane as a piece of motivation, because the way you guys work as a team, you guys are really like you guys communicate with each other a lot. But there are people out there that don't have that kind of relationship with their significant other, and they love animals, and sometimes that could damper. So what's your recommendation as far as growing better with your partner, or kind of get?
I think the number one thing is communication. If you cannot communicate with your partner, you're not going to have a sound relationship. Like, we have meetings once a week as well, where we discuss our finances, our next move, what we're planning, what we're doing next. It's not just, you got to be comfortable. You got to talk to your partner. You got to set goals, and you got to have a vision with your partner to move forward. You can't, if you don't know how to communicate, or you're not communicating, it's never going to work out. So we're always talking, but we even set aside a time and a day every week where we sit down and we talk about what's going on and what we need to do, with everything. Do I want another kid, or do I want to buy another house, or just everything. So communication is the key, and we're gonna conquer the world together because we have big goals that we're going after, and we're going after it together. So I support everything that she does. She supports everything that I do, and that's the number one thing.
Hey, we're at the last stretch of this podcast. Exit out one more time. Your sound's popping. Exit out one more time, and I appreciate it. Thank you. Fucking Florida, man. God damn it. Exit out, Sock. Get the hell. Okay. I love my guy, bro. This is awesome. This is an awesome podcast. Shout out to all the wives out there. Shout out to the husbands. If you support your wife, who's a reptile keeper, you're sick too. Don't get, I don't want to be sexist. But I will say, man, a lot of motivation becoming friends with Sock was seeing how close him and his wife are, man. And if you follow Sock, you see how he works out with his wife and how much they are tight knit. And I just love it. All right, he's back. Here he is.
I gotta wake up in 4 hours, but it's
I know. We're almost done. My bad. But I'm just saying, a big part of what you have going on, you do owe to your wife for it because she's on the same page with everything you're doing, right?
She supports me 100%. There's nothing, that I want to do where she's like, I don't think so. Let's go, do it. I support you, and I'm the same with her, and that's how you grow,
Now, and you could be straight up with this too, even if it gets you a little bit of trouble. But how much were you involving her on the financial side of your snake purchases? Because, bro, your purchases obviously are heavier than normal, obviously, right? Because what you're investing in. So, some wives or some significant others might not understand that. So how did you explain or understand or kind of get into that kind of part of the piece of what you're doing with your wife, or have you not yet? I'm just kidding.
No, she knows. She knows what they were going for when I was buying them. She believed in me. I just told her I have a vision. This is my passion, and
right.
Then one day it's gonna give, it's because you want to return as well, but to support it. But again, what I've made from them, I've put back into them. If you look behind me and you look, it's not like everything that I've made, I've put back into it because it's all about these. So it just pays for itself, which is amazing. But you gotta be honest with your partner. You just gotta be honest in life. You gotta be highly ethical with yourself, and even when no one's looking,
Right.
So.
Now, with that being said, I you don't ever travel because I've been trying to get your ass to San Diego, and respect because you grind, you're nonstop. But as life progresses, and you are able to leave and spend some time, which like I'm saying, I'm dying to get you to San Diego. Do you ever have a game plan on who would ever watch after your collection, or do you have somebody right-hand person that is able to block you?
The Conjo kid. Oh yeah.
And do you feel like, do you feel like everyone should have somebody like that if you're gonna have a collection like that?
Yeah, I never, even back 20 years ago when I had a huge, large collection, I just never, and I had a lot of venomous anyway. But it was very hard. Like when you have such a big collection, you can't go anywhere. It's snakes, so you can go for a couple of days, but you can't go for a week. We're actually taking we're taking a family vacation in August for about a week. So,
right.
But yeah, he's watching my stuff. You got to have somebody that you trust that can go in there. And even though he doesn't take care of this day by day, he keeps green trees, and he's been over here and he sees the way I keep my stuff. And, I trust that he's going to do the right thing for sure. I trust him with my collection,
All right, Sock. So 5-year goal, bro. Obviously we have the what, 30 clutches in
2026. I'm going for 30 clutches.
That's in 4 years.
That's in 4 years, yeah.
4 years. Okay. So overall goal, let's just say the clutch amount is met. What's your overall goal with all those snakes overall? Like if you could get 30 fucking chondro clutches established, just imagine that, right?
Yeah.
What would be the overall goal with all these babies?
I wasn't even thinking about the babies. I wanted to accomplish that, and then I'm pretty much going to be, my thing would be, I'm done breeding. It was just more for me to accomplish something that's never been done before. And then I'm going to chill. I think I'm just going to travel. I'm going to keep my adults because, you know, just to keep them, because it's a lot easier when you're just keeping adults for pleasure instead of, because breeding, it's pairing, it's you know, it's the babies take a lot of work, you know, the feeding, trying to feed. I have like 60 babies back here that, you know, I have to feed and stuff like that. But when you have adults and you're just keeping them for just to keep them, it's a lot. So that my goal is after that is just to keep, and maybe if I want to breed something just for the fun of it, I'll breed, but I'll be done breeding. I'm going to travel a lot.
So you're telling me in 2026 or by 2027, you're going to be done? You're going to just have a certain amount of snakes and that's it?
I'm just going to keep them, yeah. Just to enjoy them.
Respect.
Which is what I'm doing now. But 2026 is going to be a busy year.
Listen, I hope that's the year we get our cigar boats. I hope that's the year, because I had a dream and I'm living it. But me and this guy are going to have matching cigar boats pulling up the docks. We're going to have our fucking wives there, and it's going to be amazing.
Let's
go. Day by day, bro. Well, listen, Sock, this has been an amazing 2.5 hours. We do have hot seat questions, okay? So we're going to hit you with some hot seat questions before we head out. Yeah, let's do it. Let's get the hot seat questions going for the homie Sock. 1 second. Let's see. All right, you ready for these hot seat questions, Sock?
Let's go.
All right, here we go. Hot seat questions for the homie Sock coming in hot. Frozen thought or live?
I don't know. I'm just kidding. You already know. Frozen thought.
All right. A cut or no cut? Red.
No cut.
Okay, red Chondro Neo or yellow Chondro Neo?
Oh my God, bro. It's one of these hard questions. I'm gonna have to pass.
You can't, dude. You're not gonna pull this on me. You can't pass. I need to know red or yellow.
White diamond, yellow Neo.
So yellow. So we're going yellow. Okay. Pre-first shed meal or post-first shed meal?
Post.
Yay imports or boo imports?
Yay.
One reptile you could import today, right now, if you could.
T-Rex.
You're saying somebody has a T-Rex out there? Get the fuck out of there. Come on. No, one reptile. Or what would you import right now if you could? Anything.
It's a reptile, or it could be a mammal, or
no, reptile. Any reptile.
I got my reptiles.
Jesus Christ, bro. Can we just can we fantasize a little bit and just pretend it doesn't matter? The room, you know, you're retired. Can we just talk about a dream reptile you would love to import?
I got my dream reptiles.
Okay, we're gonna pass on that one. Let's see. To mist or to not mist? Like
mist
spray
all day.
Okay.
Mist.
Big flexor or no flexor?
I like to say that I'm a no flexor, but in MJ's eye, I'm a big flexor.
He's a big flexor. This guy flex hard as fuck. Steak or fish?
Listen, I'm flexing because it's an Instagram, and what do you got to do? You got to flex your animals, right?
Don't explain your flex. You flex. Steak or fish?
I like fish.
Favorite music on a Sorry, hold on. Let me rephrase that. Favorite music on Alexa?
Oh, Jungle Night music. I'm just kidding. It's what I play for my snakes, but you know my stuff is all 90s R&B. Ari-Kelly, Boys to Men.
Did I already say steak or fish?
Yes, you did.
Okay, alcohol or no alcohol?
No alcohol.
West Coast rap or East Coast rap?
East Coast.
Favorite East Coast rapper of all time?
Christopher Wallace.
Damn, it was all a dream. Little word association. First thing to come to mind. First time conjure.
Jack.
What?
Jack.
You didn't even let me finish.
Okay,
You
reptile.
You studied these hot seat questions. You can't do that.
I did. Okay, go ahead. One more time.
Ready? Here we go. Hot seat questions. Milk.
Sex.
Coco.
Sex.
First time chondro keeper.
Welcome.
Stuck shed.
I don't know what that is.
Ovulation.
Let's go.
Instagram trolls. Don't know what that is.
Oh, man.
Okay. If you had to get rid of one platform forever, and I mean forever, is it Facebook or
Facebook.
Instagram? Okay. Hold on. Last one. What is Soc's top 3 things you should do to better your life?
Pick up a book and read, even if it's 10 minutes a day. Just do it for 10 minutes a day. If you want to pick, I would say Think and Grow Rich is going to change your life. Affirmations. Write something that you want to accomplish. Put it in your pocket. Read it every morning and every night, out loud. I think so. If you have a big goal that you want to achieve, put it on a card. Put the goal. Put the date. A date that you want to achieve it, and read it every morning and every night. And another thing. What did I say? That was 2 things.
That was 2.
Read, meditation, and breathing. Do a little bit of breathing. So Wim Hof training like that, yeah.
Damn, bro. I love it. What do you have to say to everyone who tapped in? We had well over 100 people at one point, all showing you love.
I want to say thank you to everybody. Thank you everybody that supports me, everybody that follows me, everybody that messages me. Even if you don't message me, thank you for supporting me. I feel blessed, and it's just about the community and the people. You know, connecting with everybody and just helping each other. That's what we're here for. At the end of the day, is to be kind, help one another, pass on the knowledge, and just be very. Like I said, there's no shortage of success. Everybody can be successful. Even you. I started with nothing. I made it. I lost it all. I came back. Just never quit. Never stop grinding. You know.
Never stop, baby. I love it. Well, that's it, baby. Socrates, it's a wrap. My boy Socrates in the books, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you, guys.
Dude, have a good night. Thank you, bro. Thank you.
Thank you.
Later. Fucking love my man, bro. Thank you so much. I appreciate everyone who tapped in on this just shy of 3 hours, 2 hours and 40 minutes. Lovely. I got to give the guy a break, man. He wakes up in less than 4 hours. But we got that round 2 with my boy Socrates, man. I hope you guys enjoyed it. What an episode. So much information in 2 hours and fucking 40 minutes. I'll tell you that much. So if you happen to tap in late, do your boy a favor. Hit that like button from my man Socrates. Not complaining about the likes. Well over 100. So respect you on that. But yeah, man, I got to go enjoy my wife's birthday. It's my beautiful wife's birthday. And she let me do this. What a sick wife. You know what I'm saying? So I'm going to go do my thing and go be a husband and take care of my wife on her birthday. And I appreciate you guys who all wished her happy birthday. Mad people on social media showed my wife mad love, wished her happy birthday. I really appreciate that. But I'm going to tap out. You guys enjoy the rest of your night. Hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell, and I'll catch you guys on another episode of Trap Talk with MJ. It's your boy signing out. Cheers!